Yo, what is good, everybody, and welcome back to another Thursday night hangout with me. Your boy Big Reg is back in the building. Um, we here for another Thursday night football game and some sports talk, right? Let's have a good time. Let's kick it, and let's get some things done, right? So tonight we got Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which I never thought I'd be saying that, up against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. This is going to be an interesting game, although I personally have the Bills winning by two scores. And we got my boy, Mr. Galloway, in the building. What's good, sir? This right here, hip hop extraordinaire. Y'all take this name down, right? Go check his channel out. Great content, great artist. Get up on game because he bringing hip hop back. We got Miss Yolanda in the building. How you doing, Miss Yolanda? Hope all is well. Now, I did send a link to a couple of my co-hosts. Whether they come or not, that's up to them because I also told them they could just chill back for now, and maybe I'll have them take over the second half. We'll see because I have been dealing with a bit of a headache today, but we fight through. That's what we do. But we got the Bucks, Tampa Bay with ball first, and as I said, I picked the Bills to win this by two scores. I just feel like after the loss to New England, they're due for a bounce back game, and they're set to kind of go off, right? They've kind of had this rough up and down season where it seems like they could be a contender. Then the next thing you know, they seem like more of a team who's kind of like what I thought the Ravens were, middle of the pack. So it's it's nice to see them on prime time so we can really focus in and see what the issue really is with Buffalo because I don't follow them closely enough that I can give you a full breakdown of what problems they are having. I know Josh Allen's been struggling, um, but this would be a good test for him because Tampa Bay is one of those teams where they're not really a top-notch squad. They've kind of been catching people by surprise this year, but they have a pretty decent defense, and they're a team that I thought was a quarterback away from being a playoff team and possible Super Bowl contender. So we'll see. My boy, living legend in the building. You already know what's good. So, Miss Yolanda, I want to. Everybody's not giving you your full credit for calling out Oway's sack because you did say two, but that boy not only got a sack, he got a sack fumble. So, congratulations to Oway, and he's he was putting some pressure on that. Oh, the Lions was running scared from Oway and the rest of this Ravens defense. It was absolutely amazing showing. I think I already gushed on it enough on the post game show, but absolutely amazing. Now I do want to say real quick because we got the whole thing going on with the Ravens and Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp not giving the credit to Lamar Jackson that he deserves. They actually at one point said he's not worth the contract that he is getting. So there was a channel, and I'm sure a lot of people have heard of him. Flimlo Raps. Check him out. He's on YouTube. Check him out because he did a video where he talks about how Shannon Sharp. He's a Bengals fan, by the way. I just want to point this out. He's a Bengals fan, but he points out how Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith were not only, you know, off brand for what they said, they were absolutely 100% wrong. And it had to be hard to admit that as a Bengals fan because, you got to deal with us twice a year. So I just wanted to show some love for that because I respect it like 100 times over for you to do a whole episode and talk about how good our quarterback is, and more so how wrong they were about our quarterback, I absolutely love it. Now, I gotta put this up here because when he gets those 2 sacks, everybody must send her a link. So she'll be on about 50 shows. So I just had to put that up there. That way it's well recorded and we can see that. Living Legend, you're absolutely right. Jared Goff was shook. And I don't even know if just shook is like he was scared. Like not scared. He was scared. You know what I mean? He wanted no parts of what we had for him. You know what I'm saying? So here's my thing. We got the Cardinals coming up on Sunday. And I don't want to talk too much about this now because I'm probably going to do a pre-show then. Unless I just make that stream about a 1 o'clock game instead of, since we play at 4:25, maybe I'll make that stream about a 1 o'clock game. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll see if my co-host is available for that game. We'll talk it over. We'll see what we plan on doing. But coming against the Cardinals, the key here is Hollywood Brown, right? Here's the thing. Going against Hollywood, yes, he's a former Raven. He's a guy that's going to play and play well. But I think he's going to be easier for us to stop than people realize. I know I'm seeing a lot of, yes, sir. Hey, although I dropped the link for them, but they decided to take the night off. But shout out Rogue Pod. Go, hey, Lions fans, y'all gonna hate this man. He did what it was. I mean, that's got to be it. He did an Emmy Award winning episode after that Lions Ravens game. That was absolutely amazing. Go check out the channel. Go check out the Rogue Pod. You got to go see it for yourself. Absolutely hilarious. I loved it. That's going down as one of my favorite videos of all time, hands down. Yeah, you see, Jay. He's claiming they tired. I don't know what they're tired from, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't take it personal. I told them they could do the second half. This is true. This is true. You can't see. This is where a lot of Ravens fans, like especially the ones that a lot of us that stream, you can see that we're a lot more humble when it comes to certain things, and we're not on here talking crap. And then when we lose, we're not talking more crap and crying about it. We're really, giving teams their respect, their just due. You know what I mean? If you come out and you stomp us out, hey, y'all played great. We played terrible. It is what it is. We don't cry over it, but we go over what our team needs to do to make it right. But you get other guys, I'm not gonna say no names, obviously, but they get up there and they continue to bash the other team and all this. But what does that say about your team, right? Everything you say to bash a team that beats you, what does that say about your team? Does that not make your team bottom of the barrel, right? I mean, just saying, that's just me. And yes, he's tired of them TMJ trade talks, which I don't think they're going anywhere because I don't think anybody wants them. Detroit Lions, yes. Yep. I love it. I love it. Somebody go find that dude stream and put that up there. Detroit Lions. Yep. I like it. That's it right there. That's a permanent name change. That's a permanent name change. I love it. So yeah, back to the Ravens and Cardinals, right? The comparison between Hollywood Brown and Zay Flowers. For me, this is just me. They're two completely different guys. And the fact of Hollywood Brown is more of your straight line speed guy. He's going to run past you, catch the deep ball. Whereas Zay is more of a route mechanic, right? Like Hollywood's cousin, like Antonio. He's a route mechanic. He can run all the routes. He can run them crisp, sharp. He can stop on a dime. And then when you get the ball in his hands, he's a dynamic playmaker. Whereas Hollywood Brown tends to a lot of times go down after that first hit, or you know, so on and so forth. So for me, that's the big difference between the two. I think their hands are pretty much on par because Zay Flowers does have a history of drops in college, but you know, he's been consistent enough that it wasn't a danger in drafting, especially with a first round pick. So it's nice to see that change. He's our change of pace guy, I like to call him. It's nice to see him out there because we got a show a sighting from Odell last week with about 5 catches. We got a sighting from Rashad Bateman who had I think 3 catches. Nelly got him a touchdown. So it was kind of an amazing thing to see from these guys last week. Um, don't know for sure yet. Don't know for sure yet. That's something that'll be determined as the game goes, and how long I can stay on and how I'm feeling. So we'll call it by that. If y'all want to join, y'all got the link. So it is what it is. Hey, 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 the no limit soldier at this point, right? The only one left. No, he the only one left. The Ravens are going to make sure, come hell or high water, that Zay gets 1,000 yards. I believe that. I think I don't know if it's going to be the Ravens or if it's going to be Lamar, right? To kind of prove a point. But it's gonna be fun because I think our defense is about to just shut Arizona down. I mean, with the exception of Kyler Murray being able to move and extend plays, if you get that first 3 to 5 seconds, I think that's going to be lockdown defense throughout there. I know Hollywood speed is going to be difficult to match with our defense, but with the way guys are playing right now, I don't think it matters. I don't think he's taking the top off this defense like people would expect him to. And they seem to be playing great angles on defense, which I don't think it gets talked about enough. The angles they're taking to the ball, whether it's pass defense, run defense, they're playing phenomenal. And big credit to Mike McDonald, who I key is one of the big reasons for this. Obviously, the leadership of Rowe is coming in huge too, but it's one of those things where it's going to be great to see what happens. And I hate to say it, you're right. It is a potential trap game because that's one of the other things I was going to get into on Sunday. But our head coach he's known for playing down to the competition. I'm just hoping that our defense and our offensive talent doesn't let it happen. They overplay Zay a little too much. Gotta find, yeah, yeah. So they're excited, right? They're like, we got a guy. Like from the word go, we got a guy. So it lends to them saying, let's use him everywhere we can because they don't know how to act. Baltimore is like a kid in a candy store right now, right? We got a bunch of weapons and they don't know how to use them. They don't know how to act with them. They're like, hey, Zay all over the place. Give Zay the ball on a handoff, everything. So they're excited. They're excited and they don't know how to act. And then, to my surprise and my excitement, they're looking to add more. They want to add Derrick Henry. I'd be perfectly fine with that. as long as it's not the result of, as long as it's not the result of losing a Gus or a Justice, bringing in a Derrick Henry would be absolutely welcomed. I know a lot of people feel like he's on the back end of his career, and he might not necessarily have what he used to. I think he's still got some good punch in him, and he's got a lot left in them legs, or at least he's at least got a Super Bowl run left in those legs, right? And if you're trying to win a championship and you're trying to win it now, which the league looks more open to us winning it this year than any other year, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Hendo, say the word. I'll drop you a link right now, sir. Say the word. I got you. I got you right now, sir. Give me 2 seconds. I got you. You ain't got no worries. No worries at all. If I could get this thing opened, give me a second here. It wants to act up now. But yeah, this team they're primed to make a move. And I'm gonna be honest, if there's anybody, I seen a post, right? I don't want to take credit for this. I seen a post on Facebook where a person said they'd prefer to go for Zay Flowers. I mean, not Zay Flowers. Alvin Kamara instead. Now, can you imagine if we got an Alvin Kamara? That would be absolutely amazing. And, sir, I thought you were busy. Based off what you said and the comments of the video we were watching at the time, I thought you were busy. That's why I didn't send it initially. But you now have the link, sir, so you can join immediately if you would like to. I just thought you were busy, so that's on me. Living Legend says Odell Beckham looking a little more healthy last game. Yes, he actually took a hit and got back up. That to me was amazing. Look, everybody's clamoring for Hendo. Hendo, you gotta come on the show now. Everybody wants Hendo. You gotta get up here. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get up here now. You got no choice. So Odell, to see him, okay, but you can still roll in here until then. I'll take a 10, 15, 20 minutes of your time. You gotta stay the whole time. Clot is in the middle. What's good, Clot? I hope all is well. Thank you for coming through. Hey, hit that like. Make sure y'all all subscribe, which I'm pretty sure you are, and share. You know what I'm saying? Let's get them people up in here. We at 97. We're trying to push for that 100. We at 97. So let's push past that 100 so we can get our next milestone going. And you did not what, sir? I sent you the link, so you should have the link. So that shouldn't be an issue. He said, gun disputed. Listen, except we get along a lot better, right? we get along a lot better, right, Living Legend? Gun dispute. I like that though. That might have to be a show we do. We might have to do that. Because there is some Raven stuff that me and Hendo don't always agree on. So we might have to do that. We might have to hook that up. But 100 is, listen, I thank y'all. I really do. I appreciate y'all more than you'll ever know. I mean, if y'all could hear me when I'm off camera and I'm talking about how much I love to do this and how much I love all of my subs and what a great time I have. Y'all would think, you know what I'm saying? But you're definitely, I'm still waiting on Hendo to see if he's pulling up or not. But you're definitely, you guys make me feel a, a certain way. Like I get a little emotional when I think about it, when I talk about it. You know, I'm not gonna get emotional now, but I do get emotional. Just to update y'all on the game too. The Bills are up 3-zip right now. Bucks have the ball. 2nd and 8. We got a screen pass to the receiver. Picks up about 6, 4 to 5. But y'all tell me. Y'all tell me when it comes to this Cardinals game, what are y'all looking to see from the Ravens the most? I think for me, it's the offensive consistency, right? I got to see the offense do it again because the defense uh, can be shaky. I mean, sorry, the offense can be shaky. The defense has been consistent. They've been consistent and actually pretty great. You got to get that Graven guest appearance stimulus package. Hey, if one of y'all know how to set it up, set it up. If you know how to set it up, set it up. I'm all for it. Listen, I'm all for anybody coming on the show, and I'm all for going on anybody's show. Wow. How could you possibly think Josh Allen's not going to run for over 21 yards? That's my thing. Josh Allen runs more than Lamar does. Just being honest. Roquan was back. I believe Roquan was back at practice today, so he's good to go. Roquan was back at practice. The only person that has not practiced is Marcus Williams. He's the only person that hasn't been seen yet. Rowe was back at practice, so he's gonna play. And Live Legend got it for you right there. Roquan gonna play. Yeah, Rowe's gonna play. Um, it's literally just Marcus Williams, and I beg the question: do we need Marcus Williams at this point, especially with the way Geno Stone is playing? And I hate to say it, I'm not sure we do. Mike McDonald's doing such a good job at putting guys in a position to make the best plays they can that I don't think we need Marcus Williams the way we did when Wink was here, right? When Wink was here, we needed a guy that was fast and could roam the backfield and had that in his resume. Well, guess what? Now we just changed the system up. Geno Stone showing, hey, I can cover. He's like, I can cover. This system works for me. I can get out there. He's leading the team in interception. Sorry, he's leading the league in interceptions. So big ups to Geno. Big ups to Geno. And to think he's one of those guys that in the beginning was on and off, on and off, on and off. I'm glad he stayed with the squad and he was just on. He was on injury report for his right shoulder, and I thought he was going to rest it. He showed up to practice today, but I think he's going to play in the game because Rowe's one of those guys that wants to be there. He's a leader through and through. He's not. I don't. If he can play, I don't think he's going to miss a game, unless the coaches literally take him, sit him down, and say you're not playing. And if you're going to do it, I guess this week will be the week to do it, right? When you got the Cardinals, and if you want to experiment a few things on defense, you can. Living legend, Marcus Williams insurance deductible met for the year. Hey, you know what's crazy about that? He did not have an injury history prior to coming to Baltimore in any way, shape, or form. Uh-oh. We got the man, the myth, the legend in the building. Hendo, how you doing, sir?
I'm well. How you doing, large Reginald Bayless?
Hey, I am okay. I'm okay. A lot better than I've been in recent history. That's for sure.
That's good. You feeling better though?
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. Getting my voice back finally. The cough is gone.
All
I'm
right.
good. I'm pretty good.
I see you got some partial memory issues.
I
You
got
know,
some partial memory issues.
you need some lapses. You know what I mean in your brain because one listen, you said some things. You said a couple things, and I'm kind of like maybe I can see that a little bit, but I could have swore because I was doing some things. I could have swore that I heard you say I would not trade Derrick Henry if we have to give up Gus or Justice Hill. Did I hear
I
that?
didn't say I,
And,
I didn't say I wouldn't. I said it's a great trade if you keep those guys as well for insurance purposes. I'm not saying if the only way we're getting Derrick Henry is giving up those guys, then give them up. But if we can get them while keeping those guys, that's even better. That's my preference.
okay, because the way it came off was hands off Justice Hill, hands off Gus Edwards, even though they're in the last years of that. Gus is in the last year of his contract. I think Justice has what, another year
Justice,
left?
I think, yeah, I think he got one more year on his. But I truly think the purpose for me and bringing Derrick Henry over now,
Uh-huh.
right, is to have him for the playoff run, right?
Okay.
I want him at his best in the come playoffs. So if we get rid of Gus and Justice, we're running Derrick Henry and that's it. And I don't kind of want to get him and then because I know that's what he does in Tennessee, but we got a
Okay.
different kind of love in Baltimore where it don't really work out for us.
Right,
So
but
that's
with
my real issue.
with that being said though, why we say if we're saving him for the playoffs, does that mean we're saving everybody else for the playoffs?
No,
Because
no, no,
unlike
no.
because unlike Tennessee, he's not the man here. He's not the offense in Baltimore. So he's just
That's
playing.
true.
And you know, when you play football, the fastest way to get hurt is to play to not get hurt. So if
That's true.
if you saving somebody and trying to be careful until the playoffs, nah, like I think Derrick Henry is one of a few players that the more he runs, the better he gets. So when come playoff time,
That's been
he ain't
his career.
right.
You're
So
right.
come playoff time, he ain't gonna have no issues. He has to get acclimated. Like he's coming in. Like we've already had issues up until 7 weeks into the season of our offense getting acclimated with one another as is, and it's just as great of a game as it was. It's just one game, and I found myself getting too hype and buying in like, yo, we're going to the Super Bowl. But once again, there are ebb and flows to a football season. And we've shown it. We've shown you the highs. We've shown you the lows. We've shown you the mid. So my thing is, he needs to come and get acclimated to his teammates. He has to know how this offensive line blocks, and the offensive line has to know how to block for him. So if he comes in here,
True.
yo, you keep it rolling. And Gus,
So
listen, I love Gus. Like Gus, I've wanted Gus to be the starter since he got drafted. But
hmm
but when there's an upgrade in talent, you have an upgrade, you always go for it, in my opinion.
not according to Clock. Clock says Gus is the better back.
Better than who? All right,
He's saying he's better. He's saying he's better than Derrick Henry.
let me
From what
listen.
I'm assuming that's what he's saying. I don't want to, but I'm guessing he's saying Gus is the better back of the two.
All right, I gotta be on my Brodney
Younger,
stuff.
yes. Better,
I gotta be on my Brodney stuff right now. I gotta be on my Google. Even though I know it to be fact, I want to be for certain the exact numbers. Okay, so Gus Edwards for the year, he has 346 yards. Bet 4.0 average, 2 touchdowns. I think he should have more touchdowns, but for some reason they feel like running Justice Hill inside the 5 yard line, which makes no sense to me. Even though he got him, take them away from
I'm
him. But I just
confused
think
by that too. By the way,
I just think that the bruising back should be the one that you run down there, right? Derrick Henry, even with Tennessee trying to lessen his workload, and I believe they're doing that just to trade him, he has 425 yards. He has more yards, a better average of 4.3 to 4.0, 3 touchdowns to two, even with them trying to put Tajay Spears up there. I take nothing away from my man. But if you look at Gus Edwards and you look at Derrick Henry, I've seen Derrick Henry run away from cornerbacks. And I mean recently. I've seen Derrick Henry run away from safeties, run away from linebackers. I've seen Gus Edwards run away from no one but himself. So don't sit here and tell me the lifespan of these two careers, they're non-comparable. I love Gus and I wish him well, and I hope that he does something. And when he goes to a team next year, he does extremely well. But
Hey,
Henry goes down. Henry goes down on first contact. Listen, tell me that you don't watch football without telling me that you don't watch football.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. That's a wild comment right there. First of all, shout out because I believe that's Jose on the lunch break hot take.
What's up? What's going on, Jose?
Right there. What's good, sir? Y'all don't know. Tune in. Lunch break hot take. Dropping fire every Wednesday, 7:15 Eastern.
Seems like they drop fire every day now. Because don't forget, they got the clips. They got the clips coming out, so we getting a little bit of something coming out every day.
You right. So let me ask you this, right? Because we both know Gus can't run away from anybody. Because we saw what happened when he had open field. He got
listen. I watched that play. I watched that play a couple more times. Either that linebacker that was chasing him is super slow, or Gus was pulling away. I don't know if it was the dude was too slow. Gus was pulling away a little bit. He was running at a slower speed, but
but that safety though, that safety ate up, just absolutely ate up whatever space there was.
But
in the matter like that.
But you got to realize he caught the ball at like the 7. At the 7-yard line, the safety's already playing back and coming at an angle. So
Derrick Henry would have outran that angle. That's all I'm gonna say.
Facts. Listen, Derrick Henry is a different monster, and I just heard that the Ravens are trying to trade for Derrick Henry, but there's pause on it because they're looking for a more versatile back. Now, does that more versatile back means to see if Dalvin Cook is available? A Josh Jacobs?
I heard one name they could be looking at is Alvin Kamara.
No, pass.
No?
Pass.
It's because of the injury history?
Yes. Listen, I'm skeptical of this team already. We already have a team that suffers through injuries. Why are we going out here getting some injured players? Yeah, Saquon Barkley, somebody that's more versatile. Somebody that can catch the ball and take it the distance as well as run the ball. Now, Derrick Henry's gonna give you that 100% red zone passing because people just can't seem to stop him from throwing. But yeah, if we can get a younger back, and also I think another thing that may factor into this is the longevity of it all. Saquon Barkley's on the franchise tag, so his deal's up. Derrick Henry's in the last year, his deal. Josh Jacobs is on the franchise tag. So are they trying to get somebody for the long haul, or are they trying to get somebody to go all in now and make that push to win the championship? Because right now, defensively, we look to have a defense that can win us a title. So
absolutely,
are they finally going in on offense? Now, I know I'm greedy. I'll never deny that. Go ahead and get me a stud wide receiver too. I'll take the running back, hands down.
Hey,
at a minimum.
Trade, and you get Derrick Henry and DeAndre Hopkins while you're at it.
I take it.
They seem to be putting both on the market, from what I've seen from a Tennessee reporter, that both guys are available for trade. They already got rid of Kevin Byard. They traded him to the Eagles.
Yep.
So they're looking to revamp this team, rebuild it. So why not?
Clyde, I'm big on loyalty too. Like, I'm extremely high on loyalty. And to be honest, I had to come to the realization that, like I said, I love Gus, and I would love Gus to stick around. The loyalty with Gus is we gave this man, what was it, a $5 million deal at the time?
$3.5 million.
It was a $5 million deal at the time, and then they restructured it last season. But my point is, no other team would have given him that much money. No other team. So the loyalty there is we'd have made this man a millionaire. And we kept him after he got injured.
The loyalty for me didn't come from the right place, right? John Harbaugh It didn't come from John Harbaugh because for some reason he doesn't see the need to play Gus more when we should.
True.
I think Gus, if Gus gets more playing time, you get, especially around the red zone,
Right.
come out obviously more numbers and more touchdowns, and make a big difference on this offense because those games where we struggled, he wasn't struggling, but everybody else was. So if
Mhm.
we can feed him, maybe that's what we needed in those games, that loss against the Steelers and the loss against the Colts, to push us over the edge. So I do think he kind of lost when it comes to loyalty. He lost. I don't know how, but he
Right.
lost that loyalty from the man that it mattered most with John Harbaugh. And I don't know what caused it, unless it was just coaching ignorance, which is completely possible with him.
It is what it is. You know, it's hardball. But listen, loyalty is kind of hard in sports. It's kind of hard in sports because you want to be loyal to a team as a player, but at any time they can turn around and cut you and not take you and not pay you your money. You know what I'm saying? So why should a person be loyal to that team? And as a fan, you want what's best for the player. And if you're loyal to Gus, your loyalty should be I want the best situation for him, not for him to play for for my favorite team. It should be what's in the best interest of that player. Baltimore's not in the best interest for him. Just like for me, Hollywood. I hated to see Hollywood go, but this team is not in the best interest for him. Now, my loyalty is to Lamar Jackson and getting him the best surrounding talent that you can get. Now, yes, Yolanda, get D Hop and get Derrick Henry because you look at Ryan Tannehill, Will Levis, and Malik Willis. And I think D Hop at this point has more receiving yards than probably all of our receivers with those quarterbacks.
Uh,
So you know he can ball.
uh,
Like D Hop is quarterback proof. And yes, OBJ might be rounding in the form, but he's not it. He cannot
yeah.
be counted on come playoff time. Like all of this is well and dandy right now. We've seen it before. We saw it in 2019. We all sitting back, laughing, having a good time. Look at this offense rolling. We doing all this. Then come playoff time,
Uh,
we do a 180, and everything is not puppies and rainbows. So we need some dogs that when playoff time comes and we start playing those upper tier teams, we can count on them to go out there and get the job done. And I believe we can count on D Hop to get that job done.
all right. So, but the team I continue to point to with these situations is the Philadelphia Eagles, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles went out, they stacked their roster, then went drafted more guys, signed more guys in free agency, came into the season, played, and was having a good season. They lost the game to a team they shouldn't have lost to. Then they
Right.
said, "Oh man, we got to do something to fix this." So they went and signed Julio Jones the next day.
Yep.
I didn't even, like. It was so mind blowing to me that I'm looking at the roster and I'm saying, "Okay, well, we lost Odell a couple times already. Bateman's went down. Why didn't we sign Julio if he was just sitting there?"
Because we felt like we felt like we did enough on offense.
It's one of those things where the Ravens just seem to not understand what win now mode is. I mean, they're showing signs of it now with them trying to trade for Derrick Henry, but aside from that, when your team was in
Allegedly.
trouble, you could have got,
Allegedly.
yeah, allegedly. You're right, allegedly. The team was in trouble. You could have got Julio Jones, even if it was just to try him out for a week or two. You could have brought him in.
Right.
I know he's got to get acclimated. Living legend, that ain't even call for. You on fire tonight, though.
More
You
like
dropping
Julio.
line tonight.
Julio Jones.
I mean, he had what? How many catches did he have last week? I know for sure he had like two. I know for
I
sure.
think he had like one.
I know one for sure, but I thought he had another one after that. I don't know. I could be
Man.
wrong. I could have mistaken the number,
And
but
yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
but the name alone draws defenders. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We could have used that when Bateman and OBJ was out. That's something we needed.
Right.
A name means a lot in the league.
It does. But listen, this is the difference between Howie Roseman and Eric DeCosta. This is the difference between the two. Howie Roseman wants to build a winner. And not only does Howie Roseman want to win, he wants to sustain winning. We keep talking about the future. You know, we can't burn up the salary. We can't burn up these draft picks because of the future. The future. But the future never comes because we're always living in the future. We're always living in a well, what's going to happen a couple years from now? Well, what about right now? Howie Roseman just went to a Super Bowl with the team that he has, minus a few pieces in the secondary and a linebacker, with two linebackers. He went out and drafted the University of Georgia defensive,
Mm-hmm.
the whole defensive line and linebackers for the University of Georgia and their safety, and he signed people. And he said, all right, this team ain't looking right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out here and get other people that can help. Went out and got Julio Jones. Then he went out and got all pro Kevin Byard. And Kevin Byard
Yep.
is a beast. He is a beast. They were having problems in the secondary. He said, let me address it and bring in a safety that can play. The Baltimore Ravens say, hey, I got a problem with this area. We'll sign somebody out the street and hope for the best. Now,
Yep.
yeah, the Georgia Eagles. Now, I'm not trying to be negative Nelly or anything, and I'm proud of what we've done defensively when it comes to the pass rush and sacks, right? Thank goodness for Kyle Van Noy. Thank goodness he was still on the street because this defense would be a whole lot different. And don't sit there and say, well, EDC did it again. He lucked up. He lucked up because he was the only
Again.
thing left.
He
He was
lucked
the
up again. Yeah.
he was the only thing left on the street really for him to sign when his two prize pass rushes went out. But what happens when these older gentlemen get through a 17-game season and get into the playoffs? Like I said, all of this stuff right here is like a show pig. You dress it up, you put makeup on it, and you put it in the storefront and let everybody see it. Oh, that's a pretty show pig. But it's all for show.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is the playoffs. When we get to the playoffs, is this really going to matter? Are they going to be fresh enough? Like it's to a point where I'm hearing rumors that they're talking about bringing Justin Houston back. We don't need an elder statesman at pass rush. We should have traded for Daniil Hunter 2 years ago.
Facts. We've been calling for that trade for a few years.
Right.
Daniil Hunter, go get his trade deadline. Go get Montez Sweat or
Chase Young
or Chase Young from Washington. They're not contenders. Bring them in, even if it's that's where I think Baltimore has to get that win now mentality, right? Because we have to get the mindset of let's bring guys in, even if it's for the rest of the year, get this championship, and then we'll decide what we need to do from there. As long as we get a ring on our guys' fingers, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's good, Dewan? Welcome in. So, for me, right, I think the top line. Now, I don't necessarily agree on the Alvin Kamara not getting Alvin Kamara because if we could add, I'd take him. If we could add him, I'd take him.
Listen,
over Derrick Henry. No,
wait. You're forgetting one thing. You're forgetting one thing. What happened at the beginning of the year with Alvin Kamara?
Yes.
What happened?
Yeah.
He just came off suspension.
Yeah.
Right. Who's gonna trade for
Ravens
that?
ain't gonna do that. That's not what we do in Baltimore, right? We don't get those guys.
Right.
But it's still one of those things where if he can help, I mean, but again, this is me. But the Ravens don't go after those guys, but they need to, right? Because the one thing that I noticed when we played Detroit was what? These guys played with some dog in them. They played with some fight. Like they played different from what they've shown us all year long.
Mm-hmm.
And that morning I said I felt something different was coming from the team, and I just didn't see that. Like I didn't see that. And touchdown Buffalo, it looks like.
Yeah, Josh Allen just
touchdown Buffalo. I got them winning by 2 scores, so this is looking good so far. Yeah. But I really want to see this team take another step. And I know it sounds crazy because people look back and go, well, look at what they just did to the Lions. Can they take another step? And the answer is absolutely, because we weren't perfect. There were still things to fix. So I want to see this offense take another step. This defense, I mean, number 1 defense in the league. They some dogs. Living Legend is on one tonight.
Living Legend is on fire tonight. Listen,
fire.
Listen, the only step that I want to see the Ravens take is consistency. That's the only step that I want to see, consistency, because even after that win versus Detroit, we don't know if it was a dominating performance by us or a bad game by Detroit. because we've been so up and down. And like Ravens of the past, we play up and down the competition. I think Sunday's game is going to tell us a lot because we should curb stomp the Cardinals. No doubts of like this
Facts.
game shouldn't be close from beginning to end. Josh
Facts.
Dobbs is their quarterback, a dude that they signed right before the start of the season. He hasn't
I
been with
thought
this.
I thought Kyler was back.
He's back, but they don't know if he's going to play. And
Oh,
quite
okay.
quite honestly, if you were a GM or a head coach, would you want to bring your franchise quarterback fresh off an injury to come play the number 2 defense in the league, first in sacks?
Mm,
Yeah, right.
mm,
Listen,
mm.
we'll wait till next week.
You're
So
right.
yeah. Oh, matter of fact,
Oh,
you see that behind me? You see
mm-hmm,
that? You see, what does that
mm-hmm,
say? This is the power
mm-hmm.
rankings. This is the power rankings that came out yesterday. What that say? It don't say
Yeah,
seven. It
yeah, I
don't
know.
say
I see it.
17. It don't say 17.
It don't say 17, 15, or 14. You're right. Listen,
Right.
they played out of their minds on Sunday. And you're right. We need to see the consistency. And I hope they continue to make me eat my words from early in the season because I want to see them be better. But I think it takes someone like me saying they're not that good for them to, come out and show it.
Oh,
I, I,
that's
I'm just saying
that's your logic. Oh, okay.
that is the logic. That's the logic I'll run with because
Okay.
I feel like every time I put this team, I turn to somebody and I say, you know what? My Ravens is best team in the league. They turn around and throw out a skunker. So I'll be like, all right, well, let me switch it up. We're not
Right.
that great. And then they go out and play phenomenal. So I hope that continues to happen. I hope they
Okay.
continue to play phenomenal.
I just need to know
But
is there gonna be a social media apology to coach? Because you gave coach the business. You gave coach the business in a couple of his streams.
I don't know what you're talking
Like
about.
he's high,
But
he's sipping on that purple Kool-Aid. You
hold
listen,
on,
you said me and
I
you've
never
had some
said he
words
was
about
sipping
this,
on the purple.
but
Wait,
your
I might have
coach,
said that once. I might have said that once.
yes, you
I
did.
might have said that
Yes, you
once. You're
did.
right.
You said, especially the first one. I think in the first coaches poll, I think the Ravens were like six or eighth, or somewhere around that area. And
Oh,
no,
and
they were
the
higher.
first one, the preseason one, they were number one. The one he did right before the season started,
Yeah,
he had him at number one.
they were number
And
one.
and
And
that's
you
when I
told
said,
coach,
"Oh, you on that purple Kool-Aid?"
right,
That's when I said that. You're absolutely
you
right.
said, coach, what are you crushing up and putting in your coffee? Yeah, and ever
I
since
ain't
then,
say that.
ever
I
since
ain't
then,
say
you've been
that.
going at
But I
him.
say he was on the purple Kool-Aid.
Right. Oh, they B got a question for you.
um, listen, we cut Moon to make room for something. It's just a question of exactly what. A lot of people think it's the trade for Derrick Henry. I think it could be a move to get Bowser on the main roster
Mm-mm.
because he's been off the. He's isn't he off
Mm-mm.
of IR?
He
I
was
know
never
he's
on.
still hurting, but
They put him on IO. I thought he was on the PIP list.
oh, maybe that's what it was. Then,
He's on.
but
He's listen. Bowser is on a list to where he doesn't get paid. They put him on that
so they're gonna
list.
take their time with that.
It's
They're gonna
no.
take their
It's
time
up
with
to
that.
him. It's up to Bowser. Like it's up to him to come back. So literally, if Bowser doesn't play any game this season, he doesn't get paid for this whole season, and the Ravens get that money back and to put on the salary cap books. And yeah, I mean, for them to get rid of him, I mean, listen, they could be bringing somebody back off of IR. They could be making special team signing. I don't know. My thing
Somebody
is,
said it might be for Tylen Wallace, and I was like, that better not be the case. That better
Chris,
not be the case.
Chris would be happy about that one.
We don't,
Chris loves him some Tyler Wallace.
I don't think there's anything Tylen Wallace could add to what this offense is already doing,
Could be
whether
for
it's good
Pep.
or bad.
Could be for Pepe.
Could be for Pepe.
Yeah, y'all forgot he was
Could
still
be
on the
for
team.
Pepe.
Y'all forgot he was on the team, didn't y'all?
No, I
Yeah,
ain't forget he was on the team. I
not
just
you.
forgot he was on IR.
These people in general forgot that man was on the team.
Yeah,
Uh
Pepe.
oh.
We could have had KBK. That's what I'm saying.
Hold on, somebody's at my door.
Yes, sir. Living legend. You on a new one tonight, man. You are. I don't know what you got going on where you at, but them one-liners is hitting left and right, and I absolutely love it. They moonwalked him up out of there. Yeah, they sure did. They sure did. And to answer the question, double down on the question that Brandon asked, and Yolanda, you're right. It is a great question. I think they're clearing space, and I'm hoping it's for a trade for Derrick Henry. If we can get Derrick Henry in the building, this offense then shoots to a whole new level. Because unlike the Gus situation, you can't turn to Derrick Henry and say, we're not going to feed you the ball. When he's eating and having the day that he wants to have, you're not going to turn to him and say, oh, we're just going to pass. We're not going to feed you the ball. It's Derrick Henry, right? I know I have my concerns of if we come here and we just run them, it might mess up the offense or change the offense. And there's some people that may even be concerned that he doesn't fit with the new scheme we're running. But to them, I say, how could Derrick Henry not fit the scheme and Gus Edwards does fit the scheme? They're the same style running back. It's just a simple fact of one's better than the other. He said, I'm on garlic cookies. Well, you want some heat tonight. I say that. You want some heat. I know we're all, the one thing we can all agree on is whatever it takes to win, right? As long as the Ravens are winning, I think we'll all be happy. And to get back into this Thursday night game, it is 10-0. Buffalo is up. And I'm looking at, we're at 8:48 in the second quarter. This game has potential to be done by halftime if the Bills can step on the gas. But we all know Baker Mayfield tends to shrink in prime time anyway. And we know he's got a lot to prove, and that was a terrible pass. First to 18, he just threw the pass a little short. Look, my boy, another hip hop extraordinaire in the building. My boy said, like I said, you got that fire, living legend. You got that fire over there. Look, yep. Hey, listen. All I know is, right, to keep it not necessarily PG, but to keep it, my boy's been on one tonight. He on one. So the Ravens have a chance to do something that we haven't done in a while. We got a chance to walk in against the Cardinals and play above our competition. And I want to know from you guys, your thoughts. If we come in and somehow the Cardinals keep it close, and this is some type of game where our hearts are pounding, we're nervous, and we're struggling, what do you think needs to change going forward to make this team be above and beyond all? I know what my answer is. I think John Harbaugh needs to go. I think no matter how good this team does, John Harbaugh needs to go.
My 5 John Harbaugh rating just came. My 5 John Harbaugh rating just came up. What happened?
That's perfect timing. I was saying if we go into the Cardinals game and somehow we stumble and they stay in this game somehow, even if they don't win, but they keep it close, what do you think needs to change to get this team to another level?
Yeah,
and are we willing to sacrifice? You said we win in the Super Bowl?
I said we can win the Super Bowl. He still need to be fine. What is what?
Yeah, I agreed 100%. But we know it's not gonna happen that way. No, sir, we did not skip your question. You asked what the move with getting rid of Moon was all about. And I said I think it's to make that trade for Derrick Henry. I think you need a little space. It's got to be for that or bringing somebody back from IR. Now, like I was telling him earlier, one of the people they mentioning is Tylan Wallace, but I really don't see the point in bringing back Tylan Wallace at this point.
We just spent 10 minutes on that. How did he miss that whole?
Sure did.
How did he miss all of that?
No clue. Probably still eating. We know how my co-host is. He's probably still eating. Gone ball. I like it because he needs to be gone.
He ain't going.
But yes, we answered that. We answered that question.
First
We
of
answered
all,
that question.
John Harbaugh ain't going nowhere. I think John Harbaugh has some Dwight Howard type film on Steve Bisciotti that he's holding over his head, and he ain't going nowhere. Every time he like, I think I need to let you go. He just like, don't make me release it.
Oh, not the Dwight Howard type film. I don't even want to get into that conversation because we know what happened. But at what point in life are you hiding people in your bedroom? I mean, that's crazy. I really want to leave it alone, but that's crazy. I think me and B had a conversation about that. But that Dwight tripper.
Yes. What?
She found you.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Be good. You be good. What do you want?
Tell him again. Tell him be good.
What are you pulling me for? Help you do
She
what?
want to play. She want to play.
No, why? All right, I gotta go. She stinks.
Yeah, go do what you gotta do, sir.
Yeah, how
Thank you for joining the show.
Thank you. No problem, bro.
All right, man.
What? Get off me. No.
Hey, my co-host, my guest there was kidnapped. But yeah, Dwight Howard was on some new stuff. I mean, you keeping people in the bedroom, Dwight? Not even the proper people in the bedroom. Listen, it's neither here nor there. It is what it is. Your choices is your choices, but make your choices in private. You have to do, if you're Dwight Howard, you have to do a better job at concealing what you're doing from the public, right? You have to find a way to keep your life private, even though as a superstar, it's very, very hard to do. The wrong Howard. Or the Wang Howard. Because you know. Lamar has saved his job once, and probably a second time, and he's doing it again. Absolutely right. But this time it's a team effort. This time, Mike McDonald is also saving his job, right? Because he's performing phenomenal as a DC. The boss did arrive and kidnapped him. But I got one more. Dwight, this is my last thing on Dwight. This is my last thing on Dwight. The man is great at blocking all shots except back shots. That's it. That's it. I'm done. I won't say nothing else. I promise. That's it. Okay? That's it. I'm not saying anything else. We're going to leave it at that. I don't know what you're talking about, sir. Pause. 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 I had to put that out there, though. And we got a turnover by the Bills. Hey, Mike, I'm sorry, man. I might have screwed you over. That pick I had you take was looking right, but now Bucks got 3, and Josh Allen just, yeah. Not really his fault. Great defensive play. Tip ball turned into an interception. Name of what? Dwight Howard? Hey, why don't you get up here and tell me? You got the link. You got the link too, brother. Get up here and tell me. Hey, Clock, man, I can't do that, Clock. But it's Dwight Howard. But you know, oh man. Oh man. You ain't have to do that, living legend. Slider man. Oh man. I'm dead, bro. I'm in tears. Y'all can't. I don't know if y'all can see it. I'm in tears. It don't show up well on camera. I'm literally in tears right now. Yeah, wow. It might he ain't Josh Allen ain't stank. He went to get the ball out. The defender jumped and tipped it, and their guy grabbed the ball off the bounce. That's you can't do nothing about that. That's a great defensive play. And touchdown Bucks. Slider man is crazy, ain't it? Clock Slider man was crazy. That was crazy. But we all know Dwight liked to dunk the ball in the small holes. Anyway, um, getting off subject here, and you're getting us back on subject. Thank you, sir. He hasn't made good decisions with the ball, but it's not. I'm gonna point out something to you here. It's not just this season. He's made bad decisions with the ball his whole career, and he's probably the most inconsistent quarterback in the league. Josh Allen does this thing where he comes out and he looks like a world beater one game, pause, and then next game he looks like he can't do anything right. J6 said, "Bunghole Julio." I'm done. Little legend back, man. Oh man, we gonna be stuck on this subject for the rest of the night, ain't we? We gonna be stuck on this for the rest of the night. Oh Lord. I guess that's the magic he likes to perform, huh? Anyway, uh Josh Allen is probably the poster boy for inconsistent quarterback play. I I love his playmaking ability that he possesses. Right, he can get out of the pocket. He can run with the ball. He actually runs like a big runner. He runs like a Derrick Henry. He's looking to run guys over, which is terrible for a quarterback. But he doesn't get any slack for it. By the way, nobody points that out. He does in no way, shape, or form do they say, "Oh, Josh Allen needs to stop trying to run guys over." But the second Lamar breaks the pocket, it's Lamar's got to learn how to get down, even though he doesn't get hit. Lamar does a phenomenal job at avoiding getting hit. He tends to get out of bounds. He don't necessarily slide, but he'll get down or he'll take the safe hit. So I think that comparison, a lot of people are, by a lot of people, I mean the media, is way off. But he's Josh Allen has the talent. Like in his arm, he's got what is possibly the strongest arm in football. But his inaccuracy has always shown. I'm not even putting that up here, Brandon. Getting your snack on though. I see you. You fat boy frolicking. That's what you like to call it, right? Do you thing. Do you thing, B. But Josh Allen, there's a step he has to take that I'm not sure he's ever going to take, if that makes sense. Guys like Lamar was drafted and it was like he's here, but his ceiling could be here. I think Josh Allen was drafted and he was already at his ceiling, if that makes any sense. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but I'm not sure Josh Allen can get any better than what he is at this point in time. He can get more consistent. He's not a bad quarterback, but he can get more consistent. He just makes he makes bad decisions, like we said. So if he can somehow kind of taper himself down, because I think he goes out there every play now, he's just like, watch how good I run and watch how strong my arm is. And he doesn't have the touch on the ball that he needs and the accuracy, right? Because he's not like Lamar, where he's out there completing 71% of his passes. That's not what Josh Allen does. If he can build consistency, and Living Legend here says he agrees, consistency is key, and I 100%. Oh, and my other co-host here says Allen is cooked, and I don't think he's cooked, but I think he's at his ceiling. I think he's reached the heights of where his talent is going to take him. And now he needs consistency, and he needs to sit, watch film, and see where he's messing up as far as his accuracy goes. Because he's got one of those strong arms, a cannon for an arm, that he can't quite get under control. And you can see it in games where these throws get a little wild, and he's overthrowing guys by 15 yards. So, and I think that's where you see the frustration from Stephon Diggs, right? Dwight ancestor was Harriet Plugman. I'm done. I'm dead. Y'all cooking. Y'all cooking Dwight. Y'all cooking Dwight. Y'all cooking Dwight. Okay, I'm on my parlay tonight. Giannis foul. Hey, I ain't even opening night for the NBA. Was pretty good. The Suns got a W over the Warriors. I believe the Lakers took an L to Denver. My Orlando Magic got a W. Yep, I said it. We got a better record than the Lakers and the Warriors right now. Past this doesn't count. But right now, we got a better record. Will we have a better record in the next couple days? Probably not. But we do right now. Sorry, Clot. I had to do it. So we're looking at a game right now, 10-10. Hey Jay, I don't need you to. If you're gonna respond though, come do it on stream. But it's okay. It's too early in the season to respond to that. But this is my team. This is the only time I get joy is right now. Because past this, it might be a miserable year. Even though I think my team has the potential, Paulo and Franz and a number of young talented guys we have. I think we have potential to be a playoff team this year. But we're talking about 8th seed more than likely if we make it. But potentially a very good team. Just want to point that out. Potentially a very good team. But potential is a killer, ain't it? Potential is the main killer in sports, ain't it? No, Mike. No, we're not doing that. No, he could get his ring another year. I need my Orlando Magic to get a ring this year. All right? Dame Lillard could go get a ring some other year. All right? He's got a couple years left. He go get a ring next year. Let him and Giannis take this year to kind of get it together and, get their stuff going. But give my Orlando Magic the ring this year. I'm in the same situation as Hendo Kid Duty was supposed to be me time. Hey, we always find our time though. But the kid time is me time because that's your time to have fun too with the kid. You know what I mean? We kind of blend it. We blend it. Yeah, that word potential is a Raven word. I think we live on potential, right? How many guys have we looked at come and go in Baltimore and say, "Oh man, the potential, they could have did it, but it just don't happen." And by the way, Mr. Engraving in the building, y'all. If you're not subscribed to his channel, please go subscribe. We're talking about content on top of content on top of content. He in there with he get all the Ravens content first. Like anything that's about to go down, he know it before the rest of us know it. I'm just gonna point that out. He got them inside sources. Like he get the word out before everybody else. I think the reporters are calling him directly to let him know what's going on and then dropping it on Twitter. Yes. Watch Yolanda, tell him again. Watch out for the Orlando Magic this year. Hendo, don't do it. Don't do it, Hendo. Don't do it because you know what I'm saying? We mean something. And Graven, I know you say it ain't true, but I think it is. You got sources. I think you got sources because you be on all the content before anybody know about it. As soon as we find out somebody, I think your video, I think I saw you put out a video about possibly trading for Derrick Henry before I saw the tweet. So that's, to me, that's inside sources. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You see Living Legend, set and Graham fired. Absolutely true. 100% facts. Yolanda, our Orlando Magic is moving. I'm not, and no, I'm not doing, we're not doing that. We are not doing that. Hendo, call my team tragic one more time. And you know what I'm saying? I hope we gonna beat y'all this year. So it's all good. I was on, hey, and Greg, I was on Twitter. I was on there. I was scrolling. Maybe my Twitter must move in slow motion. My Twitter moved backwards. Because I see the engraving post and then I see the Twitter. So maybe my Twitter moved backwards. It worked. My timeline worked in reverse. Hey, Miss Yolanda, get him. Get him. Get him, Miss. Right? They be loading immediately. I'll be just finishing reading the tweet. His video already up. And I immediately. We got Hendo said we got Twitter, he got X. He upgraded. We still on the old stuff. Like my app still got a dark background. I don't know what's going on with mine. Like I'm in a whole different spatial time and awareness. Hey, I don't believe that at all. Unless you moving backwards to get information that you knew you already had. I don't believe that. Facts. That video was gold. Hendo's video on the fan perspective with the Lions and Ravens was absolute gold. I loved it. I was dying. My face hurt after watching it because I was laughing so hard. Y'all see I get these big old cheeks. You know, I got these big old cheeks. I'm laughing. This hurt. This was hurting. I couldn't move this for a good hour after. I was dying. I know that, but I'm sure you do your research too. So I'm sure you'll find fans for other teams making the content, and you could go ahead and do the same thing because it was hilarious. Even if, and you're creative enough that you can even make up what you think their fans are saying. He said we don't say pause anymore. We say Dwight Howard. We don't. Not Dwight Howard. No. We're gonna try to leave that one alone. Me and Dwight ain't on the same accord. Like we don't see eye to eye. I can't rock with Dwight. This actually makes me sad to say that he's a former Orlando Magic. You should definitely do it again. I think it's you found I think you just found a spot that nobody else is touching. And that's something. It was phenomenal, man. You gotta keep it going, keep it rolling. I'm not. We're not talking about that though. We're not talking. You on the wrong subject. You on the wrong subject. 'Cause I know what you're trying to ask, but we're not. That's not the conversation anymore, sir. I want to know why the Bucks and the Bills are sitting tied right now. That's what I want to know. And the Warriors. So the Warriors got an issue coming because it's looking like the Warriors are going to try to get rid of Clay. Now, do you, as a Warrior fan, Hendo, you got to tell me what you would prefer because I know me just watching the NBA, I know what I would prefer. Would you prefer to keep Clay over your boy that's not even playing right now? Living Legend said Henny the guy YouTuber. Listen, I have the pleasure of doing YouTube and following behind some of the YouTube greats and seeing how they do it and trying to grow behind them. Hendo and the Rogue, which the Rogue Pod, Engraven Vids, LBHT, Sip the Tally Films. These guys, watching these guys and being able to speak with all of them and see how they do everything has been an absolute wonder for me. It's been amazing. And it's some of the greatest group of people I've ever met. And I'm extremely grateful for every last one of them because that has helped me grow, not only as a content creator now, but as a person. So it's absolutely awesome. Every last one of those gentlemen, some of the best people I've ever met. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Said you got to keep pushing like Curtis Mayfield. I agree. Um, Keep Thompson over Draymond. And Clot said the Bills just scored, and yes, they did it, 17-10. Thank you, Clot. You were on it. I missed that score, and this is why I appreciate y'all because y'all keep me 10 toes down, right? Y'all keep me on point. I appreciate y'all. So here's my thing, right? Draymond, do you think if Draymond leaves or you get rid of Draymond, that the Warriors kind of lose that kind of bad boy mentality type thing? Because he is to me, the only real bad guy on the team or tough guy. So I you just tell me, let me know, Hendo, because you're the Warriors fan. Does he lose? Do they lose something if they lose Draymond? I think the more important players play all around, offense and defense. I think it's Clay. But is there a certain je ne sais quoi they lose if they lose Draymond? And I'm not quite sure yet. If the game keeps going how it's going, I'm probably gonna stay on. Originally, I was shooting for just the first half, which it's only 47 seconds left, but it's it's a great it's a great game so far. Surprisingly great game. Absolutely they are. He said the only thing we losing is a triple single. That's messed up. That's messed up. His shooting is a major liability. Yeah, this is true. He's one of those guys that he provides defensively, but offensively, he's so not even inconsistent. He's so he basically doesn't exist offensively unless he could get down there and frustrate some guys and cause some penalty, cause some guys to get some fouls and get in foul trouble, and then get the easy scores. But I do often see him left open at the 3-point line, and he takes the shots, even though he probably shouldn't. So I could see that. I could see that being an issue. They ain't going nowhere. Stop. You mean stop what? The Warriors have kind of said they're open to trading Clay. So it's not necessarily me. I'm just saying they said they're open to it. And my Orlando gonna be the 8 seed if that's what you're talking about. We're gonna be the 8 seed. We don't want nothing to do with Draymond. Don't do that. Don't do that. We don't want nothing to do with Draymond. Don't do that. I'm not putting that, and don't call us tragic magic either. Now you're trying to hurt feelings. That's what you're trying to do. He said Draymond shoot like he got a heavy backpack on. Draymond be trying to heave the ball at the rim like as hard as he can. It's a disgusting jump shot. Yolanda, he on one tonight. He does not. He has a problem with Orlando, and I don't understand what it is. We got toughness, sir. We don't need toughness. We got potential. We we got we got potential. Who needs toughness when you got potential? You got oh god. Who needs toughness when you got potential? What do you mean history has always hated the truth tellers? This is not. That actually is true. That's actually a very good saying. I heard somebody else say that recently. But the only truth here that's being told is that the Warriors will be fine without Draymond. There's no truths going on about the Orlando Magic, who will be at minimum 8 seed in the Eastern Conference this year. At minimum, by the way, minimum. You heard it, and I'm holding on to that. At minimum, an 8 seed. So come back to me at the end of the year, the end of the long NBA season, when we in that 8 seed, and you let me know. Oh, my boy Suge in the building. Suge Knight 323. Hey, y'all gotta check him out. He's got great content as well. Love his content. Funny dude. Oh, and we gotta do another roundtable at some point for Marvel. We gotta try to set that up at some point because Marvel is about to be on one. So we gotta set that up. Hold on one second. I'm trying to get something together. But we gotta set that up. Who said 18? And thanks, Suge. Um, hey, Yolanda, we in for the long haul. We in for the long run this year, all right? We got this. You see Living Legends at it. Late Night with Suge Knight is fire. It is. 100%. Y'all gotta check it out. 100%. 18 seed. Who gonna be 18? Nah, listen. We are gonna be in the playoffs. All right, the 8th seed. 8th. I didn't say 18th wrong. We're going to be the 8th. And you're right. The NBA as a whole would be fine without Draymond. You know who else the NBA would be fine without? Brooks. What's his name? Dylan Brooks, I think it is. Brooks can go. He plays for Houston now. He can go. The league don't need him either. He can. They could drop kick him right out. He's worse than Draymond. Like as a player and a person, in my eyes, he's a menace for no reason. Absolutely no reason. I wouldn't even be able to answer that because I personally haven't played it. But from what I've seen, the Spider-Man game looks absolutely phenomenal. Now, I think it's going to be close with a few games. But Spider-Man might win it. But it's gonna be a close. You got 2K. I think Madden's trash. I think that's out the window. You got Call of Duty. Modern Warfare 2 was trash, but Modern Warfare 3 is about to come out. So they're going to be relying on that to do very good in the numbers. And it's got to play well. They got to fix Warzone. Warzone kind of fell off the map. They got to get it back together. I used to play it. I actually stopped playing it because of how far it fell off the map. So we'll see. And you're right. Dylan Brooks is trash. And Suge, I don't know if Jose hates Marvel. I don't know about that. I don't have reassurances on that. We got D Weezy in the building. Hey, I don't I don't know about the Discord being quiet, but you know, hey, the Spider-Man game looks fire. I haven't played it yet. It looks amazing, but I do want to play it. Hey, chill, Shug. I can't. My daughter actually. So my daughter plays Fortnite, and I just can't do it. It's something I don't like about the game. And what NBA team do I hate? Um, I don't really have an NBA team that I hate, to be honest with you, Hendo. I don't. It's more so there's individual players, but I don't really have an NBA team that I just look at and I go, I can't stand that team. Like as a unit, I don't have one really. I have a few in the NFL, but NBA can't really think of a team in the NBA that I look at and I just go, them sorry mother suckers. I can't stand y'all. Like I just don't. I don't have one. Hey, my daughter's actually shook. She's really good. She's really good at the game. And Graven says his is the Wizards. I don't know what it is. I don't really have. As far as what player, I'd say like I said, Dylan Brooks. Um, I I can't stand Dylan Brooks. I can't stand Dylan Brooks. There's something about Dylan Brooks that to the core, like I would stomp him out if I seen him in person. And I don't know what it is. He's just that dude for me that I couldn't possibly get along with in any way, shape, or form. Oh, mine is the Wizard. No, 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 no. I ain't got no problem with the Wizards. I ain't got no problem with the Wizards. Now Hendo's definitely is the Wizards. Hendo can't stand the Wizards. But that's a Baltimore versus Washington thing, and that's a Baltimore DC thing. Miss Yolanda said hers is Atlanta. Again, for me with the NBA, Suge said his is the Clippers and the Spurs. For me with the NBA, I've always been a for me it's been a players league. So I just kind of go for a lot of my favorite players and I root for them. And they play all over the league. So I've never really had that issue. But Dylan Brooks, something I just can't stand about Dylan Brooks. And though we know you don't like Orlando, but I think you hate the Wizards worse. I think you hate the Wizards worse, and you're just saying that to try to, you know, get me to say something here. Okay, I can understand that. Them boys was nice. The problem I had with the Kings back in the day was that they were that good and didn't get a championship. They had a squad too. The Celtics seem that way because Boston is that way. Boston is a very racist town. I know some people that live out there or live out by that way, and it's been said for a fact that they're pretty racist out there, which is terrible. Yeah, gay what? Gay what? Without question too. Mendo's a savage like that. Hey, I got no problem with that dude. That was a one time That was a one time thing. Based on, I know exactly what you're talking about too. That was a one time thing based off of something that happened. It's got a little. It's a deeper story behind it. It's a deeper story behind it. But I got no problem with him. And Kobe and Shaq did shut down the Kings. It was unfortunate because the Kings had Vlade Divac, all those guys they had a team over there that was really, really good, but they never could quite eclipse what the Lakers brought to the table. And of course, I mean, it's Kobe, it's Shaq. They're two legends, two of the greatest to ever play the game. So yes, that's kind of how that goes. I don't even know, to be honest with you. I don't. I couldn't even answer this question for you. I couldn't even answer that question for you. I lost track of that early in the game. Mike says he can't stand the Clippers. The refs shut down the Kings. Hendo said, I mean, I guess. I mean, when you look at it, that's the way the NBA is called, though, right? Nobody complains really about the NBA refereeing because it's consistently called in a way that the superstars get the calls. We know this. Everybody knows that. I think we complain about the NFL calls because it doesn't really go any certain way, except for the quarterbacks. And we know certain quarterbacks weren't being treated fairly when it came to the calls. But the NFL refs, when they mess up, it's like big time mistakes that a lot of guys are like, it doesn't even have to be a superstar. It's just bad calls. Whereas the NBA, they're calling calls for superstars. Yes, listen, I have zero issues with Colorado State, right? And if I'm here, I'm not there. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Who read fast? Who read fast? Are you saying I read fast? If so, then thank you. That's a compliment. I'm just trying to, yes, they had Game 7 on their court, but again, I don't know about that, Hendo. I don't get that deep into it, so I don't know if that's what happened. I don't get that deep into it. That's something I will have to go back and do some research on. You know what I mean? I don't get that deep into it at all as far as the NBA goes, because to me, the NBA strictly calls for superstars. And for superstars is, if you are a superstar, you're gonna get every call your way. If you're not a superstar, who knows? There's some things they're not gonna call for you. But uh oh.
So you just gonna keep ignoring my question?
Which question, sir?
You just gonna keep ignoring my question? I said, is it a bet?
Is it a bet? Okay, I didn't know that was a question. I thought you were saying
it says it, and then at the end of it says, "Is it a bet?" Question mark.
Okay, I missed that one. That's my fault. I missed that one.
And then I asked you a second time, "Are you going to ignore my question?" And then you ignored it again. But it's okay. So if the Orlando Magic,
I thought you were talking about the other question.
Orlando Magic
talking about the other question.
Don't make the playoffs, I will buy a Dillon Brooks T-shirt, and you have to wear it on 4 consecutive live streams.
Oh no, I can't do that.
Why?
I can't take that one.
First of all, you don't have to purchase a shirt.
Dillon Brooks.
You don't have to purchase a shirt. And if you have this much confidence in your team, because 8th seed, we coming, Orlando Tragic. So if that's the case, then what are we doing?
I can't.
No. You talk all. Listen, I'm sitting here doing what I'm doing, and I'm hearing all the lip service. That's right, granddaddy. She up there, man. I don't even talk about that. That's right. I'm going to take my frustration out on Reg. Listen, I don't know how. I'm sorry. I don't understand how the heck you bring a child over to your house and drop them off and didn't change their butt. Like, I don't understand that. That was disgusting. Now my whole house smell. So now I got to take out that frustration on you. I got to take that out on you. So is it a better not? Like, I'm going to get a custom Dylan Brooks t-shirt made for you. And if the Orlando Magic, like, you got a whole season to ponder on this. Like you don't even have to worry about it. Just say yes, forget about it. End of the season.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
You still owe us a Steelers. You still owe us some Steelers gear.
That's coming, by the way. That's coming.
I'm just letting you know I haven't forgotten. So why can't you make this?
No, I know. I haven't forgotten either. That's coming.
I'm sorry.
So I actually wanted to do that Steelers thing on Steelers week, and I'm glad I didn't because we ended up losing that game.
Right.
But it's coming. It's coming.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to get some stuff together for that.
I'm sorry. The Orlando stagnant. Whichever one fits.
And the assault on my basketball team right now is outrageous. Okay. We're a growing team who's been trying to build from the ground up, probably for the better part of 2 decades. But we trying.
Y'all took Markelle Fultz, number 1. I've never in my life seen a basketball player get the yips. How do you get the yips on your jump shot? Okay, I lost to Suge one time. One time I lost to Suge. I wore my Steelers gear. Like, I paid my debts. So he's like he said, I always lose bet. Yes, Suge's Ravens lost to the Steelers.
Yes, that is what happened. One team.
Listen, I just came here to get confirmation. I just came here to get confirmation on the bet.
I can't do that bet.
Why?
I can't do that bet.
Listen. Don't come here and show off for Yolanda. Don't come in here and show off for Yolanda. Like, yeah, it's Team Orlando Magic. But then when it comes to put up,
I'm an Orlando Magic fan.
Right. I'm willing to bet my team is gonna make the playoffs. I'm willing to bet the Ravens will make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And listen, absolutely. we have Chris Paul. We have no size. Draymond's hurt. I'm still willing to bet on my team. My team's old. And my team's old. Your team is full of damn lottery picks. How can you not be good when your team is full of lottery picks? He is. First of all, baseball life, he went to Duke. He's got to be nice. He went to Duke.
Boncaro's that dude. I ain't even.
Too bad he ain't got no help around him. He ain't got no help around him.
He doesn't have legit help around him. The second best player on the team behind him is Franz Wagner, and that's
that sound like he sound like Daredevil's alter ego. I mean, not Daredevil. What's his name? Dude with the tail and disappear.
Hold on. What? Oh, the
what's his name, brother? Yeah. What's his name, brother?
No, I'm thinking of
his name is.
I'm thinking of Nightcrawler.
That's who it is.
But
that's
I was right. Yeah, Nightcrawler.
That's what's his name, brother. His sister is I don't know why I can't remember the names now, but the changey chick, the blue chick.
Oh, no, that's not his sister. I thought that was supposed to be.
That's his sister. No, that's his mother. That's his mother. I'm sorry, that's his mother.
Yeah,
that's his mother.
Be his mother.
Because Rogue is his sister.
Yeah, Rogue is his sister. And
well, what is his real name? Is it Kurt Wagner or Von?
It is. It's Kurt. It's Kurt Wagner.
Yeah, that crap.
Kurt Wagner.
Cole Anthony. He's just as good as his father was. When Duke beat UNLV that year, that everybody thought they was unstoppable.
The NBA's version of Josh Allen. He's as inconsistent as it gets.
Moritz
inconsistent as it gets.
Yes, Rogue. Yes, Mystique. So, yeah, that's her name, Mystique.
I
don't know why.
I just got it too. Yeah,
Mystique. My mind is just so fixated right now on hating Orlando Magic. Like, I can't think of nothing else.
Mike was on it. Mystique. Yeah.
So is it a bet or not? Because I want to go back and watch it.
No bet.
I want to go back and babysit and watch football.
Hold on. So if I'm being honest,
I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off, but before you start, so what you're telling me is before all of this, you weren't being honest. Because when you start off a sentence, let me be
Not
honest. So
necessarily.
when you say, so you saying right now you weren't being honest.
No,
That's
no,
right.
not necessarily.
Oh,
I'm
Clyde.
still
Listen,
saying.
Clyde. Listen,
I'm
Clyde.
still
Listen,
saying.
Clyde. It's Duke and it's Florida State. Let's not do this.
I'm. I'm still saying that Orlando's going to take the AFC, right? Because I believe they will.
Okay.
But if I'm being honest, I don't have 100% faith in them to bet on them. I don't. I still want them to win to go get the AFC.
Okay. Granted,
But if I'm gonna make a bet, I gotta have complete faith behind it.
So it's one thing to come on the stream and say my team is going to make the AFC, and it's another thing to say I believe that my team can make the AFC. Two different things, two different tones, two different connotations. You said the Orlando Magic.
I gotta show the confidence for them.
For what? It means you lied. Yeah, sure. I saw Loki. I'm sorry. I saw the. Oh, what's the night? I saw the first Loki of season 2, and it was really good. And I I didn't catch all of the second episode, but the new episode comes out tonight, so I got to make sure I watch both of them tonight. But yeah, no, bro,
it comes out tonight. I thought it didn't come out till tomorrow.
No, Thursdays at 10:00. That's weird. You pay for a streaming service. You pay for a streaming service, and they air things on Thursday nights at 10:00. Like it don't make no sense to me. But anywho,
yeah, that's weird because
I digress.
Definitely thought it came out on Friday afternoons.
But the other ones used to come. The other ones used to come out on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
He said.
I don't even know if you got an NBA team.
Said it don't make a difference. You said on stream the 8th seed at minimum, which means you think they're going to do well.
Yes, I'm hoping they do well, but yes, I'm saying that because we, as Orlando Magic fans, and you know this, as a fan of a losing team,
all right,
we have to do something to exude confidence, right?
True.
So, for me, I have to come out and go, I believe this team's gonna do it. I have to.
That's fine.
I can't always come out here and be like, yeah, Orlando, they're gonna play.
Nah, bro. My thing is this. No, my thing is, and like Baseball Life said, my team got a bunch of Hall of Famers on it. They do. I mean, they weren't always Hall of Famers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a point in time where we weren't that good. And I said to myself, we aren't that good. I never said, yeah, we're going to make the AFC. If I didn't feel it, I didn't say it. I don't need to say it to bring confidence. Like, even this year, I don't really have confidence that we're going to do much in the playoffs. Can we make the playoffs? Of course. Are we going to make any noise in the playoffs? Unless we make a move at before the trade deadline, we ain't doing nothing. And that's not to instill confidence in my team. We just don't have it. We don't have the size. Kuminga's not right. Klay Thompson, he's a shell of himself. Like him, Draymond Green, you hurt before the season even started. So that's a microcosm of me of what's going to happen throughout the season. My team ain't doing nothing. I have confidence we're going to do what we're going to do, but I don't see a championship in the future.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't think Orlando's a championship team.
Why you listen? So, but why you keep putting her comments up there though?
I put everybody's comment up there.
You skip like 9 of my comments, and every time she says something about the Magic, you put it up there. Yeah, but this is the best part. This is the best part about all of this. They're gonna trade him to the Lakers.
Oh man,
that's the best part about it. They're gonna trade it to the Lakers, and then everybody gonna be like,
who would you take from the Lakers though? Or are you going for just picks?
Anybody that we can get to cut. Listen, Klay Thompson takes too many shots for me. Like, I understand you having a bad game or whatever. You can't play up to the level you used to. Stop taking all them shots. He was taking shots from like 35 feet. I'm like, why are you out so far? You can't even hit the 10-footers. Yeah,
but Steve Kerr gave them green light for that. I think that's a head coaching issue.
No, that's fine. That's fine. But this is Klay Thompson of 2019, 2020, 2021 ish. I don't need Klay Thompson 2023 having the green light to do anything. He's the reason we lost to the Lakers. He went to LA and forgot how to shoot. I think that dude started off like 1 for 16 or something like that and kept shooting. He was like, the only way you got out of slump is to keep firing, and he kept firing. Yeah, shooters do. Listen, shooters shoot, but me personally, I think that I can win a game at all costs. But there comes a time when I get a 3-game stretch when I'm like 5 for 70. I'm 5 for 70. Something says to me, hey, Hendo, pass the ball, play some defense, get some rebounds. I'm not getting out of this slump no time soon. And I'm gonna shoot it now and then to keep the defense honest. But it just comes
That's
a time when
I just think that's not what they're coached to do. I think they're just coached to a point now where it's like,
but
shoot to get yourself out the slump.
and that's fine. But also, what are they praised for? Their basketball IQ. Are they not? So
Yes,
your basketball
this is true.
IQ should tell you, I ain't got it tonight, fellas. I'm gonna play hard on defense. I'm gonna set some picks. I'm gonna do all the other things. All the other things. But I just ain't got it. Yeah, 24-10. I need that. I need that because Reg is like trying to creep up on me in the picks. He was
Hey,
leading.
hey,
He was leading for a minute.
I got the Bills winning too. I got the Bills winning too.
Did you? But what
Hey,
point?
I've
But
been
what
trying to
point?
creep up and sneak first place in both those leagues
In both of them?
for the
Well,
pick'em leagues.
you were in one. You were in first place in one of them.
I think it was LBHTs. I think I was in
Yeah, they
third in
consulted.
yours or fourth.
Yeah, they're not coach. They consult. Listen, that's another thing. I love Steve. I love Steve Kerr, but he doesn't coach them. Like he sits on the bench, and people praise Steve Kerr for all the stuff that he did for the Warriors, and he got them to the championship level. I did a video a long time ago on the similarities between the Golden State Warriors and the Baltimore Ravens. Right? I said, listen, Mark Jackson, he took the Monte Ellis Golden State Warriors and turned them into the Steph Curry Golden State Warriors, which got them to the playoffs. They got to the playoffs. They were a decent team. They just couldn't get over that hump. And this is like a 2-3 year period, right? Now, you would say, as a Ravens fan, hey, this coach got us to be winners. We're now relevant in the NBA once again. Good job. Time for an extension. The Golden State Warriors said, nah, you just can't seem to beat the top tier teams in the NBA. You have a good record, you have good players, you have a good system, but you just can't get over that hump. The very next year that they fired him and hired Steve Kerr, they won a championship. And I say the same thing for the Baltimore Ravens. John Harbaugh can only take this team, but so far. And people will say, well, if we fire him, who can we get? A coach that can win games? A coach that can scheme us,
Facts.
a coach that can scheme us out of the first round of the playoffs. So the coaches that you have, they can be good to a certain extent, but they have a cap and they have a ceiling. Even John Harbaugh's, and everybody wants to give him credit for that Super Bowl run, even to the point of, well, yes, Kerr, I don't know if he's John Harbaugh, but I'm just for the sake of comparison. But even during the Super Bowl run, to be quite honest with you, we got lucky. We got lucky. We shouldn't have won that Denver game.
Extremely,
We shouldn't have won that Denver
extremely
game.
lucky.
And it wasn't a coaching thing
Extremely lucky.
that got us to win the Super Bowl. We got to the Super Bowl off a little bit of luck. We got to the Super Bowl. We took a command and lead. We did everything we needed to do. And then at the end of the game, Greg Roman decided.
There was a missed call.
No, it's not even a missed call, bro. Greg Roman decided at the 5-yard line, I'm going to throw the ball 3 consecutive times. Imagine if they had a play caller that actually called plays correctly. Because if you remember the end of the third into the fourth quarter, Frank Gore was running on us. We could not stop Frank Gore from running. He actually ran them down to the 5-yard line at the end of the game. And Greg Roman said, watch me outsmart everybody. I'm going to throw the ball. If they'd have ran the ball 2 times, you know they'd scored a touchdown, right? Right? And then we bring it to play.
And then I'd have been yelling conspiracy for the rest of my life.
But then you got to bring it to play the time where we should have went for that field goal in the first half, but John Harbaugh decided to call a fake run with Ed Dixon. Oh no, with Justin Tucker. You know what I'm saying? So that's 3 points off the board right there that almost cost us a Super Bowl. So once again, his coaching didn't get us to the Super Bowl and win it. He was along for the ride. So once again,
yeah, because there was some Baltimore just had magic on that Super Bowl run. There was so much unexplained stuff that happened in that Super Bowl run. That was crazy. Like just all the way back to Jacoby Jones, the Denver game. Jacoby Jones catching a deep ball and the defender taking a terrible angle. I mean, there was no way we should have been out versus Denver. And it just was meant to be. It was our year.
It was, but listen, that people don't realize this, and this is that Super Bowl. That Super Bowl was the start. The second half, I don't understand how it works, but the second half of that Super Bowl was the start of the decline for Ray Rice. That's when his decline. No. If you look at it, he started the Super Bowl decent. That second half, he was not running hard. He fumbled the ball. Let's not forget that. After that second half of the Super Bowl, Ray Rice was irrelevant to the Ravens. Then in a 16-game season, the next season, Ray Rice ran for, I think, like 380 yards. In 16 games, he rushed for 380 yards. So after the incident that happened with him and his wife or his girlfriend at the time, that's why the Ravens didn't resign him. I guarantee you, if Ray Rice had ran for 1,200 yards and caught for another 700, he would have still been a Raven.
He would have still been a Raven. Yep.
But because he had no more value to us, it was kind of like, well, we don't take them kind around here, sir. And they let him go and wash their hands of it. But I forgot what my whole point was of this. But anyhow, yeah, Steve Kerr does not really coach the Warriors. He's just on the bench right now. I think he's comfortable with all the championships he's won, and he just lets them do shit. I was sitting there, it was I can't remember what it was, but it was a play, and they highlighted it last year during the playoffs versus the Lakers. And they were like, yo, every time they run this set, the Lakers cannot stop them. And every time they ran that set, they scored. At the end of that last game, he didn't run that set one time. And I said, yo, what are you doing, Steve Kerr? You have a play that works against the Lakers, against the second greatest player ever in NBA history. You got a play that's working. You said elevated etiquette is impeccable. Yo, LL, you got it today, sir. You got it.
He got it. He's got it 100% today. 100%. It's all LL today because you talk about being on a different level with the one-liners. He's been killing it.
I didn't even know. Listen, I didn't even know LL was this funny. I didn't know Living Legend was this funny.
Like,
Living Legend hilarious.
Right? Different level tonight. Like,
you knocked
it out the park.
You see the light show? That was kind of cool. They had Josh Allen falling through a table in a light show.
He didn't call for fair catch.
Oh, you'll see it after the play. You'll see the light show after the play. It was kind of cool. Listen, and I hate to look at other teams and kind of get a little bit jealous of the things that they're doing. The things that they're doing, but I get a little upset sometimes when I see like the Jets and the Chiefs and even the Titans, like the Jags, like they have these little YouTube shows to give you inside access, not the mic'd up. Like they give you actual inside access and they go to the players and follow them and what they're doing in their personal lives, like all these little tidbits that these other fan bases are doing. And I'll be sitting back like, yo, why don't we do this? If the Ravens want to grow their brand globally, why aren't they putting out this type of content? Or why aren't they doing these things? Because people want to see this.
They don't want to grow. The Ravens are, and I think I've heard you say it several times, and I know I've said it several times. They're okay with being okay.
Mm-hmm. They
right?
are.
They're perfectly fine with being mediocre. Right? There's no strive for greatness from leadership. And that starts at the owner. That starts at Steve Bisciotti. You know, this dude somehow went from contemplating firing a head coach to never bringing it up again and giving him 2 different extensions when he's done nothing to prove that he deserved it.
Right.
So they're perfectly fine with being perfectly fine. Like they're okay with that. And that's one of the things I've always been frustrated with this team.
Well, what frustrates me, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, don't get mad at me. I don't want nobody to get mad at me. One thing that frustrates me is the Ravens fan base. Well, not the Ravens fan base, the YouTube Ravens fan base. That they listen. I know a lot of dope content creators. Like I know a lot of dope content creators personally. And I see a lot of dope content creators that I don't know. And when I look around and I see all of these other fan bases supporting their YouTubers, like, I mean, support, even the worst ones, like even the guys that you look at and be like, homie ain't got it, but he tried. They support the heck out of them. But when you look throughout the Ravens community, they don't support us like the other fan bases. And I think that's the only thing that kind of makes me jealous a little bit. That makes me sad. It's like, yo, we don't represent. You know what I'm saying? And it's a sad thing. It's like it's kind of like the Ravens YouTube fan base is Sashi Brown. You know, they're just not up to par doing their job.
I try to skip over that because she can't stand Sashi Brown. It's a whole nother level of hatred. Like Her hatred for Sashi Brown is my hatred for Dylan Brooks. It's up there. Like I don't know.
Okay, bet. But listen. Listen. I was only supposed to be on here for a second, but this makes this even sweeter. Makes it even sweeter. So we make the bet. Orlando Magic does not make it to the playoffs. You get your Dylan Brooks t-shirt, and she gets her Sashi Brown t-shirt. Is it a bet? Is it a bet? Is it a bet? Is it a bet? What? Why y'all listen? Scared money don't make none.
Listen.
Scared money don't make none.
I don't bet.
You don't bet what? You bet something to have to wear Steelers gear. So you bet something.
That's true. And that was the one mistake I've ever made.
Nah, son. Never say never.
I try. I have a bad track record. I have a bad track record with betting. So,
but my thing is be confident in your team. My team number 4. My team number 4. I'm confident in them.
I'm confident in the Ravens too.
No, right? You're not. You said 17.
That's because at the time
you told me I was tripping.
You look back.
You told me no. You told me I was tripping. You told me Tampa Bay was better than Baltimore.
At the time, they were.
We're not talking about at the time, bro. We need some foresight.
We aren't talking about at the time.
We weren't talking about at the time. We were talking about as a team. Listen, our team wasn't even healthy.
Yeah, but we were talking about as a team at the time. That's why.
Okay.
That's why power rankings are done every week.
I don't care. We weren't talking about power rankings at the time. We were just talking about teams. And my thing is this: I don't care if it's 2099. If Baker Mayfield is your starting quarterback and Lamar Jackson is my starting quarterback, you're not better than my team. Hands down, point blank. No. The most important position on the team. And you sitting there talking about Tampa Bay, they got the same racket. So they play in the NFC South. They play in a division that has the only winning team in the NFL.
Listen,
Dennis Allen is a head coach there, comfortably.
No knock on the Panthers at all, because that's a team they're going to be on the rise eventually.
When?
But
when?
I said eventually.
When is eventually? They trade away all their draft capital. They don't get good free agents.
That's true.
Now,
everything to get that first round pick.
If they give up Brian Burns to us to get that first round pick, I ain't gonna hold it against
them. They need to give up Brian Burns to us. They can have that first round pick for Brian Burns.
They can have that. Listen, Yolanda set us a deal. She made the bet for y'all. I've heard you. First of all, I've heard you say before. She's your legal representation. So,
no, that was Jay.
Nah, that was you too.
That was Jay.
Nah, that was your co-host. That was your co-host. So I didn't hear anything, and I didn't see anything in the title that said the views by my co-host do not represent this network, this station, this host, or anything like that. I didn't see any disclaimers. So therefore, everything that came, it has been perpetuated out the mouths of babes. Goes
Jay
for everything in your representation.
Show.
Jay is a co-host. He's not a guest. He's a co-host.
Jay is a guest on the show.
Oh, now he's a guest. So when
he's always been a guest.
No, he's a co-host.
Jay, correct me if I'm wrong, Jay.
He's a part-time co-host. He's a part-time co-host.
Jay told me. This was quite some time ago. Jay told me he don't want the co-host title. That's Brandon's title. But then he changed. It all changed. It all changed. Even last week when him and Bazel were on the stream and he called him co-host, he's like, "Yeah, I guess I am." Yeah, that was on their show though.
No.
That was on their show.
No. They were talking about your show, and they were saying they were waiting for you to come back. Remember, that was just a couple of days ago. Remember?
I remember them saying they were waiting for you to come back. Yes, I remember that.
Right. Good talk.
But he's not my co-host.
He is. Good talk.
I can't take that.
Good talk.
I can't do that.
Living Big with Big Reg Incorporated is represented by Yolanda B. She just made a deal. Listen,
right? She's not my legal representation. I can't take that bet by proxy.
It's going down in the notebook, son.
Just to respond to this, I like Dalton Kincaid too, the tight end. I think he's pretty good too. I don't know how good he's going to be with the Bills because
it's in the notebook, son.
Josh Allen, to me, is going to overthrow everybody all the time. So unless he's got
Ooh.
springs in his knees, then I don't know.
Ooh, Yolanda's a professional renegger. Ooh.
See,
Dang, Jay. So you telling me if I win, she not gonna hold up her end? That's right, that's right, Al. You an unofficial co-host.
no pressure. She said I can decline. I decline. She wants to accept that bet though, but I personally decline.
Son, listen. Listen, and I don't mean to make people feel sad or guilty
I made the list.
or anything like that. You know, I don't mean to take people out of their comfort zones or anything. But I think that recently, me personally, I have been a little bit disappointed. I've been a little bit unearthed with just the Will Smith development, just seeing a black man not having any huevos, just cowering out on certain topics. I know I can't get that from you too, right? Like I need to know that there's strong black men out there that have conviction in the words that they use and stand
All right,
by the stuff that they say and just have enough in them to say, you know what? I said it, I stand by it. Let's go and let's do it.
I'm smart enough to not let you reverse Will Smith me, right? Because I'm not gonna fall for that.
Damn,
I'm not gonna fall for that.
another black man.
I'm not gonna fall for that.
So disappointed.
So
So
we
disappointed.
not gonna do that one. That's not gonna work on me. Now that'll work on most people.
Really, Reg? You gonna let everybody
That'll
down,
work
huh?
on most people. That's
You
not
gonna
gonna work on me.
You gonna let everybody down, right? That's what we doing. People, listen. These people been in here for 2 hours, bro, hanging with you for two
2 hours,
hours,
and I
and
appreciate it too. I
going
love
off
every last one of y'all for that.
going off your word, the words that you speak, man. And now you talking about, oh, I ain't too sure about what I said. I mean, to be honest, I was just talking smack, and just hope y'all wasn't really paying attention. Is this what we doing now?
Listen,
This is what we doing now?
This is me being real with you. I say they're gonna be the AFC, right?
If you
But
scared,
I'm
say you
not
scared.
confident enough to bet on it.
If you scared, say you
There's
scared.
nothing wrong with that.
If you scared, say you scared. That's
Oh,
all I
I'm
gotta
not
say.
scared,
No, if you scared,
but
say
that
you
don't
scared,
work with me.
bruh. I will leave it alone. If you just say, yo, I'm scared. I know I wasn't telling the truth. I'll let it go altogether.
D Weezy, don't do that. Don't do that, D Weezy. Don't do that.
So you so
I see. So
Weezy.
this
So
is
what Weezy saying is you can play for the
so we
Ravens.
got the Hendo conglomerate wants to back
Nah,
me
son.
into this bet.
Black, you know what bet? Like he just saying you can play for the Ravens right now. John Harbaugh loves beta gentlemen. I mean, we thought you was an alpha. Yeah, I mean, I thought I met you. I thought I'm like, oh, he looked like a real alpha right there, my guy. But
So look, well, you see what Jay said? By the way, the co-host title, yeah, I don't know where I belong in that one. So I told you, he's back and forth on it over and over and over again.
hey,
I
Clot,
told you that.
hey, Clot. Listen, Clot. This is what we're not gonna do. You want me to say two, or you want me to say two? Like I can enunciate.
Got be more accident.
I can enunciate and speak the Queen's English, but I can say zinc and all that other stuff. Like I got all that.
That be more accent. So
listen. I don't know what's up with your representation, but they always talk about when something happens, send the link. They don't ever want the link when something go wrong, but when something go right, they want the link so they can brag. They don't ever want to defend themselves, but they want the link to brag. Like,
all I know is I'm always available for a link, good or bad.
Then
Good
link
or
yourself.
bad.
Then how about you? Okay, so good or bad. How about you link yourself to this bet? How about that? Link yourself to the bet. Since you always good for a link, link yourself to the bet.
You know what? I'll play your game. I'll do it. I'll do it.
I know you will.
I know you knew I would.
all.
I'll do it 100%.
All right.
Because I do believe Orlando's going to be AC.
So
I don't think the Eastern Conference has what it takes to stop them from being an AC.
What's the bet? You want to tell us what the bet is?
I'm going to tell you what the bet is. The bet is if my Orlando Magic don't make at least the 8th seed in the NBA playoffs, then I have to wear a Dylan Brooks t-shirt for, was it 4 streams?
4 consecutive streams.
4 streams. 4 consecutive streams.
Hot dudes.
I can take that bet.
Listen. It's gonna be a custom Dylan Brooks shirt because I'm gonna design it myself and have my guy make it up. It's gonna be custom. It's gonna be something special. It's gonna be real special. It's
Just
not
make
gonna
sure,
be. It's
I hate, and they have like,
oh
I
no,
hate.
it was gonna be more. It was gonna be more like Dylan Brooks doing something, and in the picture you like leaning on him like it's my best friend.
Oh
Like
nah,
it was something, just something.
that'll
Like
hurt. So now I know for a
I
fact.
mean, but since you,
Now I know for a fact Orlando gonna
I
make it
play,
because
yeah, I
that
play
sure to
dirt.
hurt.
I play, yeah, I play dirty, son. Like you know, like I play to win.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
troublemaker,
listen,
Dylan Brooks.
listen. Reg is a troublemaker. He's out here talking stuff he doesn't believe in, trying to gas his team up, trying to make people believe that Orlando's gonna beat. They got one player. They have one player.
That's
One.
all you need. That's all you need in the Eastern
You should
Conference is
talk.
one.
You should talk like that, Clyde, dude. Two. Listen. So it was crazy because one time, after I broke my foot, Slutty Vegan came to Baltimore. And if you don't know, Slutty Vegan is a vegan place in Atlanta. Somehow the chick is from Baltimore, but she went to Atlanta, opened up a vegan restaurant. Now her burgers taste just like real burgers. Bacon, everything. So she did a pop-up here and went in line, stood in line to get the burger. And we standing there, and the young lady that was taking the orders, you know, I was like, yeah, give me a Menage a Trois, because that's like the names of the burgers and stuff. And she was like, what you want? I was like, give me 2 burgers. She said, how many? I said, give me 2 burgers. She was like, what? How many burgers do you want? I said, give me 2 burgers. And she's sitting there looking at me grinning. And I'm looking at her like, yo, why you keep asking me burgers? And I already told you I wanted 2 burgers. She was like, you didn't say it right. I said, what you mean I didn't say it right? May I have 2 burgers, please? She's like, no, you got to say 2. I'm like, yo, if you don't get up out of my face with that nonsense. 2.
Oh man, listen.
It's 2,
I
dummy.
I think it's absolutely hilarious because I even listen for when I'm listening to King Los. I would every once in a while that Baltimore accent to creep through on a bar too, and I absolutely love it. I think it's freaking hilarious.
Listen,
That's messed up, baby. You're supposed to have my back, support me.
listen, and I hate to say this like this, but I see where the brains and the smarts in the family is. I see where it's coming from, right there. Nobody thinks the Magic is going anywhere. Ooh,
That's messed up, Clyde. We ain't gonna do that. Oh, don't write that down. Don't write that down. Clyde, see what you done did. See what you done did, Clyde.
Dwight Howard blowing a kiss.
See what you done did, Clyde.
2. I like that too. 2. Doug.
So she is a bandwagon Warriors fan. She became a Warriors fan after they won.
I don't care when you became a Warriors fan. I said I don't hate on anybody that likes winners.
So that's where we're going with this. But I told you the history of me as a Magic fan had nothing to do with the new Magic. But
first of all, you're a Gino Auriemma guy. Auriemma, whatever the hell his name is. You're a UConn fan. It says enough to me.
What do you expect? I live in Connecticut.
Do you live in Baltimore?
Yeah, but we don't have a football team here. So
yeah. I'm still not understanding the point. Oh.
You get to choose your own football team out here.
You do have a football team out there. New England.
No, sir. Any team that resides in Boston does not speak for all.
Okay, but it doesn't say Boston Patriots anymore. It says New England.
No, sir. That is not. Not gonna do that. Not gonna do that.
Oh no, Jay, it's not pause. It's Dwight Howard.
Oh yeah. That thing was switched.
Yeah, it's Dwight Howard.
Permanently Dwight Howard now.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? Somebody saying something in the stream and now we in the comments about Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard. Listen, Mike, listen. I will take nothing away from you.
Facts, Mike. Tell him.
Listen,
Mike.
I would take nothing away from you because Maya Moore. nothing away from you. UConn has some very, very storied programs. Just the head coach is a douchebag. He pissed off some people on the USA team because they didn't play for him or didn't want to play for him. Like Candace Parker. I can't help it that the greatest women's college basketball team of all time, college of all time, is University of Tennessee. I can't help it that Pat Summitt is the greatest women's college basketball coach of all times. I can't help that. You can hate on Pat Summitt all you want, bruh, but Gino ain't it. Why you coaching women anyway? Why are you coaching women anyway? Go coach some men. You can't because you don't have the huevos to get in there and talk to young men like that.
We have to agree with you.
Okay, as long as you agree, I don't want no problems then. But I just don't like. I like the program. I like the program. I just don't like the head coach.
And we got a Gators fan in the building, college football wise. The Gators got some stuff they need to fix over there.
Fix what? What do they need to fix? They're listen. The Gators saying listen. University of Florida Gators infected the NFL with Tim Tebowism. They can never be forgiven for that. They gave you Tim Tebow. They also gave you Hernandez
and
too.
They gave you Tim Tebow in the playoffs. On top of that, that's what really sucks.
They gave you Hernandez too.
Wait, hold on. Chill, because Connecticut took part in that, and we disowned him a long time ago.
Oh, that's right. He is from Connect I Cut.
We disowned Hernandez a long time ago, based off the simple fact he's from Bristol. We don't rock with Bristol out here.
Listen,
so
I think I've just received the best news I've received all week long. UF plays Georgia this weekend. They about to get a mud hole stomped in their behinds. First of all, y'all were barely ready for Florida A&I. Y'all not ready for Georgia.
Georgia seems to be almost a runaway pick for the championship this year.
I mean, until they play Florida State.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You can hate all you want. My team number 4 in the country. Where Miami at? Where Florida at?
I'm not a fan of either of those teams, so I'm just saying.
Oh, I'm just saying. Is anybody in the chat that got something to say? North Carolina, they just lost this weekend. It's another team I hate. Even though I know it's football, I only hate them in basketball, but I just hate North Carolina all the way around. It's Duke, baby. It's Duke.
And hey, don't do that because we got the Connecticut Sun too. All right, they was in the playoffs this year, by the way.
Yo, it's like 8 teams in the WNBA and 6 of them make the playoffs. Don't do that. Don't do that. I seen the team that's like 7-21 make the playoffs. Don't do that. Don't do
we
that.
had a winning record.
I mean, that's true, but once again, 6 out of 8 teams make the playoffs. It's not. It's like I just had a discussion with somebody about should children get participation trophies when doing sports, and I'm like they shouldn't because it messes everything up because kids expect something for doing nothing. Not saying that all the kids aren't winners for participating, but
yeah,
you shouldn't. Everybody shouldn't get
the expectation for just because you sat there.
Right, and that's kind of like the WNBA. You get a participation trophy for just being in the league. You get thrown in the playoffs. And yes, I mean Georgia's kind of suspect. That's why Florida State. Boy, listen, if Florida State win a national championship, y'all will not like me. Y'all will not like me for the next year.
We're never gonna hear the end of it.
Y'all will not. I promise you, y'all will not like me for this next year.
We're never gonna hear the end of it. But it doesn't bother me as much because
I win everything else. You're right.
It's college football, and I love college football, but I'm more of I love watching college football, right?
Uh-huh.
I used to be a fan of Auburn back when they had,
Cam,
and all the running backs that had came out right before Cam left.
Yeah.
So I was a fan of. I loved watching them play back then, but I was never a diehard Auburn fan. You know what I mean? It was more of I loved their style of play at the time, so that's who I watched. So that's the kind of college football fan I am. I watch and But
So
when it
so
comes to college basketball, I'm UConn all the way,
so
both men's and women's.
so football wise, you're a collegiate vagabond. Like
Wow.
you just drift anywhere the wind take you, huh?
Well, yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
That's right, Clock. Ray, listen, Ray Allen's
I'm a
guy.
drifter. I'm a drifter when it comes to
You're a
college
college
football.
football, yeah. Because
I'm a
listen,
drifter.
why you not a University of Connecticut fan?
I still watch them. I still
No,
like
no,
them.
no, 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 no. Why you not a University of Connecticut fan?
I am.
Travis
I'm still a
Travis
fan.
Jones.
Yeah, I'm still a fan.
They just had the first round pick, Travis Jones, come to the Ravens.
Yeah, and I knew that because I'm still a fan.
Right. But I
And you know, I
didn't
was
once.
the first
But I
one.
did.
Like Travis Jones about to do his thing.
But I didn't once hear you mention that just now. You said Auburn.
No, I said I used to be an Auburn
Right.
fan.
All right. But I didn't hear you say anything about Connecticut.
Because it's. I mean, I thought that's implied. For me, I thought that was implied.
That's like me saying. I'm a University of Maryland guy. Choke City. And they shouldn't have left the ACC.
Connecticut, UConn is. It's not all we got, but that's our thing right there. So of course I'm gonna cheer for them. I watch their games too. They're terrible, but I watch their games too.
All you got. It's all you got.
Oh, hold on. We got a late entry into the building.
Oh, what's up, Jay?
What's good, sir?
You listen. You need to put me at the bottom and the co-host up at the top. That's how it rolls, son.
Hey,
switcheroo, dunkaroo, switch it.
As far as I'm concerned, right? You're not a co-host unless you name yourself a co-host. Jay has flip-flopped on me so many times.
What you mean?
So let's get it straight right now. Today, October 26th. Let's get it straight today. Are you a co-host or not, Jay?
Hold on.
Is this thing on? Hello? Is this thing on?
I want to know why Living Legend popped out and said he ate black pepper. That was random. That was very random. That came out of the blue. I just want to point that out.
I don't know.
Dang, y'all just ganging up on Florida for this Georgia game. But
yeah, I mean, because nobody listen. I've only met one Florida Gators fan in my life. One. And I listen, and then I made the mistake of backing and promoting Kyle Pitts. I was a Kyle Pitts believer.
Too. I know the pain.
No. I said was.
Oh,
I've given up on him.
Damn, that bad?
Can't stay healthy. And he's not a difference maker. Like I thought he was going to be something special, but he's just another really fast tight end that may not be as fast as he used to be. Because I actually watched a game last week where who was it? Who was the old guy? Who's the backup tight end for Atlanta? Number 81.
I don't remember his name,
but
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, but Jonnu Smith.
Yeah,
but Jonnu Smith got more burn, more catches, more yards than Kyle Pitts. Jonnu Smith old as heck. So I'm like, yo, once again, there we go, leaning on these Florida cats. Like I keep telling you, you can't trust a Florida wide receiver. You draft a Florida wide receiver, you looking to get burned. We did it, Travis Taylor. I don't know why they took Travis Taylor 10th overall. 10th.
I really thought I'm on board with you with
Matt Elam.
Kyle Pitts was going to come in and change the league, and it just hasn't been that at all. Now I'm gonna give a little pushback on Matt Elam because he came in and Baltimore tried to have that man replace Ed Reed and play a deep safety when Matt Elam was a box safety in Florida. And not once with Baltimore did he play box safety.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. They did put him at box safety, but his tackling was so horrendous they couldn't afford to have him up there. Now I don't care if you can cover, you can't cover. When you miss tackles like he missed tackles as a first-round pick. And my thing is this: just to prove that point, he got cut from an XFL team. Former first-round pick. You got cut from the XFL.
That's because
That's because what?
I don't know. He ended up being bad.
And it's not the fact that you are a former player and you're older. He's still pretty young, and he doesn't have any wear and tear on his body because he didn't play in the NFL. So yeah, you don't trust Florida prospects.
Listen. When he came out, Elam had the potential if he was played in the right. For me, I didn't see him play box safety. I saw him on deep safety, and I said from day one, Elam is not a deep safety. And I think really Baltimore sent them on a downfall when they did that. I heavily believe Baltimore sent them on a downfall because he was not in open field free safety, and that's when he had him playing. His tackling was good enough because how many guys have we seen play safety, and they're not the greatest tacklers, but they're still able to play that box safety role.
Bruh,
I feel like Elam needed. There was something specific Elam needed.
Talent,
and he had the talent.
He did not have, bruh. The one thing that made him great coming out of Florida were the big hits, the nice tackles. He couldn't tackle. And that's why the Ravens gave up on him. Because they could have moved him inside, but they gave up on him. Was like, yo, this dude really can't play. They saw him in practice every day. Now, granted, the Ravens do always take players and draft them and play them out of position. I'll give you that much.
That's exactly what they did with Elam to begin with.
But they drafted this guy. And I hate to say this, I don't know why you're making me do it, but they drafted a guy named Patrick Queen, and they put him in a position. He could not play that position no matter how hard they tried. So they adjusted it and let him play another position, and he got better. Don't you think they tried that with Matt Elam in practice?
They did not.
In practice, you don't think they tried him at they try everybody at multiple positions that can't play.
I don't.
They do that. That's why we got Ben Cleveland. That's why we got Ben Cleveland at right guard and right tackle and right guard, because they like, yo, you can't play left guard. So in practice, your boy just couldn't play, bro.
That's around the time we were stacked at box safety.
It don't make a difference.
What blew my mind was because we needed a deep safety, and they drafted Matt Elam and said, you're going to be our deep safety because we already had a box safety.
Well, listen.
So for me, they completely destroyed where his career was going to begin with.
Come on, Reg. Listen. I'm not saying they didn't do that, but you have to see where he did not have talent. If you looked at his college tape, other than the highlights, he had problems tackling in college. Now, the mistake that we make a lot is when we watch college football and we see these highlight tapes. We see these highlights, but the thing is, we see highlights versus College of Charleston. We see highlights versus Connecticut State, which got 3,000 students.
Don't do that.
I'm just saying. But you know what I'm saying. Not the University of Connecticut State. So we see the highlights of these colleges that have slow-footed dudes, and they making all of these spectacular plays against nobodies, and they think it translates to the NFL, and it doesn't. Did they play him out of position? Yes. But Matt Elam, I know you like him. I can see that you like him. He just didn't have talent, bro.
I liked Matt Elam. I liked now. It's past tense. It's as past tense as it gets.
And it must be in his bloodline. And it must be in his bloodline. Because Kyer Elam, they soured on him. They soured on him after not even a full season.
So here's the thing: it was the opposite for me, right? So I liked Matt Elam coming out. I never liked Kyer Elam coming out. The only thing I always brought up was people would say, "Oh yeah, you can't pick Kyer Elam. Matt Elam was trash," and I would say, "No, hold on now. Matt Elam was done wrong."
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel like Baltimore did something. What sent his career on such a bad path was that they ruined his confidence.
Mm-hmm.
When you send a guy out there and say, go play out of position to begin with, and he does nothing but get beat in coverage, that's going to destroy his confidence. Because he was a box safety, and they told him, oh, you can cover. And he started thinking, oh, you know what? I could cover. And that absolutely destroyed his confidence. And that's what I truly felt about that. I felt like his career was ruined because of that.
Nanny, go get Nanny.
Jay, you could tune in whenever you want, Jay.
You okay? What do you want? You want Baby Shark? Monster. Where you see
I'm
Monster?
talking about Matt Elam. I'm looking like this is beyond me.
Beyond you. It can't be beyond you. You pushing TMJ. You know all about players that pushing players that ain't gonna make it.
That's fair enough.
They got that man TMJ seeking trades with who? XFL teams? TMJ, man, I get it. Looking at you with TMJ is how I see you looked at us Ravens fans with James Prochet. I understand now. I understand like 100% because I didn't see it before. I was like, yeah, but we love James Prochet because on the inside, it's hard. On the inside, you're fighting it. You're like, we love James Prochet because, but the outside person is looking like, that don't make no sense, right? So I see it now because you're the same way me and a number of other people were with James Prochet. You're like that with TMJ, and then we know also that that there's people like that with Tylan Wallace, and I don't think Tylan Wallace can touch anything near what he was in college. I think he's past that now. Whether it be the injuries or whatever it was, Tylan Wallace is not going to touch what he was in college before he got hurt. But we have those believers, and I think it's slowly starting to happen. But I'm opening my eyes against certain players where I'm like, I'm still calling out, hey man, wait till KBK do some things in the league. I can't wait for that. But he's sitting on the bench chilling.
Is he still on the Ravens? I thought he was on. Got picked up by a different team. Okay.
Yeah, he got picked up by Seattle. Baltimore admittedly was hoping that he made it to the practice squad, and he did. Seattle plucked him immediately, and he has not left their 53-man roster because they really like him over there.
I'm just saying, Seattle don't need him with Tariq Woolen, their recent first round cornerback.
Yeah,
hell, even a couple of their Kobe Bryant, that's his name.
Yeah,
cornerback over there.
Yep.
So I'm thinking like, why? But I understand like depth. Every good team needs depth. So I guess they saw
depth and talent, man. They actually said so. A report came out after they picked him up that they were looking to draft KBK, and we plucked them right before they could get him.
Okay.
So when they saw Baltimore released him, they jumped all over it. So apparently they see something in him that probably the same thing that I see in him, but Baltimore just didn't see it, and that's fine. Because our defense is playing fine right now. There was a short stint where we could have used them because of the number of injuries we had, but I get it. He had that one bad preseason game against Washington where it was like he was getting torched a little bit. And KBK, we all know KBK's issue coming out of college.
I do like the Seahawks. Like
he was a little slow, Seattle's got a nice squad over there though.
Minus cornerback
because their players actually coach up the late round picks.
Minus cornerbacks.
Their cornerbacks are good over there.
Except for the late round, 5th round pick variety cornerbacks that played in 0 games, have 0 tackles, 0 passes defended. The Caillou Blue Kellys of the world.
You know what? I was just saying to him.
I said like she actually picked up numerous quarterbacks in the 4th and 5th round.
I was just saying to Jay how they saw something in him, and I think it's the same thing I saw him.
Nothing.
Right? He's a dog. He's feisty. He's physical. He likes to tackle.
I'll give you that.
They seen that in him, and they said, you know what? His coverage skills will improve, and I think they will.
I like to
a
tackle.
cover guy.
I like to tackle, but that don't mean I should be out there playing corner for somebody.
But I'm just saying all the things
Actually,
Ray about Kyrie go to him Dwight Howard way.
I'm just saying. Listen,
And Dwight Howard the way. So anytime somebody say something sus, it's Dwight Howard.
Man, Baker Mayfield, Dwight Howard. I'm
not watching that game. I have yet to turn on that game.
Listen. Buffalo had to win because I put Buffalo as my 16-pointer.
Ooh.
Buffalo's my 16-pointer, son.
I don't think Buffalo was my 16-pointer. You know what? I can tell you right now. Hold on.
I forgot who's in the league in LBHT.
I think you were.
No, am I? I'm in the league mine, I think. No, I'm in lead in theirs.
Oh, you did lead.
Who's in the lead in my league? I think somebody came from out the depths of hell and took the lead.
I will tell you right now.
You know, and give my 16 points for this win right here. What y'all think about Terry Bradshaw saying Mike Tomlin not being a good coach? Terry Bradshaw's a hater.
You're in first in your league right now.
In my league?
Yes.
Who's in first? Is somebody I don't like in first in LBAC league then?
Yeah, you're in first, and then Jose and Brandon Buck are tied for second, and I'm in fourth.
Okay.
Which you might as well say third at this point.
So
we're like, it's close. Like it's literally
it's really close. So who's in first in the other league?
And LBHT's league.
Somebody I don't like. I know it.
Let's see. Give me a second. I'll check now. First is me.
Told you.
Yeah.
Told you. Somebody I don't like in first place.
Because I got the points lead.
Because if you're not first, you're nothing.
I got the points lead. So I'm first to LBHC league.
Oh yeah, where you put Buffalo at? Where did you because I put mine at 16.
Yeah, I see that. You did put yours. I think I got them at 8.
All right, so that's 8 points I gained on you. Listen. You don't.
Yep, I got that 8.
Hey, Reg. You don't win these for nothing. You don't get this for no reason.
You know why? That's because I got the Dolphins over the Patriots at my 16 spot.
You better hope the Dolphins don't lose.
Dolphins ain't gonna lose to the Patriots.
So let me ask you this question. If we were sitting here last week and I said Buffalo better not lose to the Patriots, what would you say? Buffalo ain't gonna lose to the Patriots.
No. Now, to be fair, they shouldn't have lost to the Patriots.
But said
I would have also threw out there. That Josh Allen's been looking suspect.
And Tua hasn't.
I mean, but Tua
and Tyreek's hurt. Tyreek's hurt. Waddle's hurt. Xavier Howard's hurt. Jalen Ramsey, he's not back yet. Like they got Tyron Armstead, he's been hurt for most of the year. Like they got issues too, bro. And here's the thing, and this is the thing that gets me, and where I think that New England might win. Mike McDaniel has had Bill Belichick's number since he's came in the league. For some reason, since they've mentioned Bill Belichick's extension, I don't know if the football gods or the fixers whomever did anything, but New England's been looking pretty decent. And this might be the week that New England goes down. Yeah, he is third. So I'm saying, you better hope.
Miami got this. I got Miami. Let's do this, Miami.
You better hope. And you better hope Tyreek plays the whole game because he does have a hip injury.
We got this. Miami.
No, you do? You really? Okay. I'm coming for you, bro. I'm coming for you, bro. I'm coming, bro. Like, listen,
Come on, like,
I did this song today.
Point difference either.
What?
In the league, I don't think I have that big of a point lead.
I think you had me by 8 points. And I just made that up by this win tonight.
So, no, I had you by 10.
Okay, so you only up by 2.
So
now you only up by 2.
I'm holding on. Barely, but I'm holding on.
That's okay. Yeah, Mike Evans, go. Because we could be getting Mike Evans. Don't do too much, bro. Save them legs in case you come to Baltimore.
Oh, I would love that.
I don't know. He looks a little gimpy, though. But
you know what? He's one of those guys, even if he is a little gimpy, you give him a week or two of rest. He comes in, lights it on fire. He's one of those guys that can get you over. He's going to get over 1,000 yards every year.
I don't know. He got big and made for
this
quarterback.
He's the fastest guy in the field, but he's a big receiver.
He's 6'5".
Be confident in his hands.
He's 6'5". We need somebody 6'5".
Yeah, because our tallest receiver right now is what, 5'11"?
Nah, Bateman is 6 foot and 3/4.
6'1".
Yeah, Bateman's 6 foot and 3/4.
All right, so Bateman at 6 foot and 3/4.
Listen, let me tell you something. I saw today that had me in the bathroom just throwing up. I'm reading this article about 16 players the Ravens should trade for. And I think number 16 on the list was TMJ. I said, what? Who we do that for?
The 16 players.
But it wasn't like 16. It wasn't the
Yeah.
ranking. It wasn't in the ranking in order we should draft him. He was just the last one that they listed. And I was like, for what? We already have mid wide receivers on here. Why do we need more? That makes no sense to me.
We might as well just sign Prochet back if we're gonna trade for TMJ.
Son, at least Prochet bring toughness.
He may not come in to be a dog. Like
he may not be able to play, but he bring toughness.
He gonna come in to be a dog. Like he ain't gonna, get open still. But that for me, that when he first got cut, it wasn't shocking, but it hurt a little bit because I did want to see him, do something with his new offense. But his preseason was terrible.
It didn't matter. When they signed Nelson Aguilar, I knew his time was up because I could just see a difference. I could just see a difference coming in a change, and he just didn't like. They used him for his presence as a leader. You bust a balloon. They used him for his presence as a leader.
Yeah.
And now that we're starting to assemble talent, it just wasn't enough to keep around. Just like after this year, what do you think they're going to do with Devin Duvernay? Because everybody gonna sit there and say, well, that $4 million is worth it. He's a Pro Bowl kick and punt returner. How often do people return kicks nowadays?
This is true. This is very true.
And he's wide receiver number 7.
It's great to have a punt returner or a kick returner, but realistically, you can get a brand new punt returner or kick returner from college every year. There's somebody in college every year that enters the draft that can return punts or kicks. So he is replaceable.
Anybody. Keaton Mitchell. Since everybody's so high on Keaton Mitchell.
Keaton Mitchell. That dude's a monster. If he can stay healthy now, right?
Is he a monster? Because to my recollection, Reg, he's had one carry in the NFL and got hurt.
No, I'm talking about like his ability, like his speed and, his ability to make them cuts and things like that.
Yeah, he cut right out of his hamstring.
You didn't have to do that, man, like that.
I'm a fan, and I want him to do well. But damn, son, you just came off IR. Like you're undrafted free agent. You only have limited opportunities to make it in this league. And the picture that you want to paint now is you're injury prone. Well, we just went through that with JK. You really think that going into next year they're not taking that into account?
Oh no, they definitely are. And that's my worry too. Like I don't want him to be. I'm hoping it's just a string of bad luck. Like he's one of those guys I got high hope for.
Can you stop trying to pop the lanes?
For being a playmaker.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not looking good. If we're being honest, it's not looking good because of the injuries. I think even Coach said it in his stream. He's like, Keaton went down again. It's not looking good for him. I feel bad for him. Because, I mean, it's just like, did you see the kid from the Colts? Rookie running back, his first NFL touch was on a kick return.
Yeah.
He got carted off the field.
Yeah.
That was tough.
Yeah. And hopefully he's okay.
Yeah.
But on the bright side, I'm guaranteed my salary for the whole year.
This is true.
And I may even have a spot next year because of it. Unless they want to give me an injury settlement, I may just be on the team and be on IR. Who knows? So now that's 2 years of salary I'm guaranteed. Listen, I don't want anybody getting hurt, but you got to look at the bright side of certain things. Because the Ravens do that very well. They IR stash everybody.
No, it's not. And don't you do that. Don't you bring that here, Ricky Bobby.
I mean, you think about it, trading for cheap talent that can't trading for cheap talent that can't play, that is a Ravens move. But that's an old Ravens move. We don't do that no more. We overpay for aging receivers, aging talent. That's the new move.
I mean, is it a new move or is it the same old move? Getting aging talent.
Nah. We found budgetary aging talent. We gave Odell $15 million. $15 million.
We paid Steve Smith.
We gave Steve Smith a multi-year deal. I guarantee you Steve Smith maybe didn't make $15 million for that whole contract.
Man.
And we gave this dude $15 million for 1 year.
4 times what he was worth. And it's showing too. That's the worst part, is that it's showing. Like, bad.
How much y'all pay Anquan Boldin for real?
Yeah,
we refuse to pay Anquan Boldin 12.
I don't know what that evil grin is for, Jay. But words hurt. That evil grin you just said because you brought up Anquan Boldin. And you think you slick, bro? I'm peeping your game. Yeah, we cut him. Yeah, we cut him over $4 million. Yeah, we did. Worst mistake we ever made. all because of Harbaugh. We let the one of the best receivers in our history go over $4 million. That was a good play. Micah Hyde's back.
That's a John Harbaugh decision right there.
Right, because he was too outspoken.
Exactly.
And then he went on, and what did he do? He had 2,000 yard years with San Francisco. He had 1,000-yard year with Detroit. He didn't have any 1,000-yard years with Baltimore. I think the most he had with us was like 927 yards.
But that's because we also had mediocre Joe at quarterback.
Whoa. This is what you're not going to do, sir. You're not going to disrespect my quarterback.
That man's a Super Bowl champion.
And not even that.
Not even that. Super Bowl champion.
This is why it's surprising coming from you, Reg. Because Joe Flacco, and I will never say Joe Flacco was the greatest talent ever in the NFL. I will never even say he was dedicated to his craft. But what I will say is John Harbaugh never put any talent around him, nor did he find an offensive coordinator that fit his play style. Joe Flacco was not a West Coast offense quarterback. Just like, listen, you can see it now. You take Joe, you take Lamar. Every time they get in a hurry-up offense, they out there just dotting it up. Joe getting a hurry-up, they dotting it up. Then for some reason, play action pass, slow it down. And that's why they mess up. Gary Kubiak came to Baltimore. Joe Flacco looked like a whole different quarterback, didn't he?
He did, but
what? Without any help. Come on, bro. Torrey Smith.
Are we really gonna say he didn't have help though?
What help did he have?
Are we? Because
come on,
let's
do this.
Up until this year, any help Joe Flacco had was way better than any help Lamar Jackson had.
Now you're making comparisons that I didn't make. I just said Joe Flacco didn't have help. I'm not Joe. Listen, Joe Flacco is nowhere as talented as Lamar Jackson is.
Anquan Boldin was help.
He was help.
Torrey Smith was help.
Was he really? Was he? Whoa. So Torrey Smith is healthy Rashad Bateman. Listen. So
Smith was actually available to play.
That's what I'm saying. He was healthy Rashad Bateman. He wasn't nothing special.
He was better than Rashad.
Jacoby showed more help than Torrey Smith.
Bruh, listen.
Who's more help than Torrey Smith?
Listen. So look at I want you.
It was the Dancing with the Stars.
Yes. If you ever get a chance,
yeah, I'll give you that.
If you ever get a chance, Reg, and go back and watch those games, most of Joe Flacco's interceptions came throwing to Torrey Smith. Because Torrey Smith either ran the wrong route, he slowed down, or he can't track the ball. You remember that New England Patriots playoff game? We went up 14 twice in that game. End of the game, Joe Flacco threw a touchdown to Torrey Smith. Torrey Smith just forgot to keep running. He looked up at the ball and was like,
remember that play.
He looked up at the ball and was like, I'm not going to catch that. Oh, I better start running again.
I do remember that play. I also remember
that was a dot, son. That was
the drop passes by Lee Evans.
Right. We should have gone to 2 consecutive Super Bowls.
I remember that too. So yes.
Right. And who back then was the only quarterback to outduel Tom Brady? Joe Flacco.
Oh, listen, hands down, Joe Flacco had Tom Brady's number.
January Joe.
When they played head up, Joe Flacco had Tom Brady's number. But I still never saw Joe Flacco as that's a lie, because if you talked to me back then, I'd have told you Joe Flacco was a top 10 quarterback, top 5. I would have said that. It wasn't true, but I was a diehard Ravens fan, so I would have said it. But me being here and now and saying it, Joe Flacco to me was mid.
He was mid, but look at the help that he had around him. Look at his head coach.
Yeah,
with worse offensive players. No.
Because
but Joe can't run though. But Joe can't run though.
I get that, but Lamar had less talent around him.
Did he?
Did he? Less. I mean, the same head coach, right? With a worse offensive coordinator in my eyes, because Joe had 1 or 2 coordinators that was actually pretty good.
Who?
Kubiak
for 1 year,
and then what's his name that went on the head coach the Colts?
He did that for the playoff run. He was never the offensive coordinator. He only did that for the playoff run. Jim Caldwell.
Caldwell, yes.
Only for the playoff run.
But I liked Caldwell as a coordinator.
Okay.
I like the head coach of the Colts.
But just for the playoff run. Marty Morningwig, Mark Trestman.
So to me, it still boils down to Joe Flacco had better talent around him than Lamar Jackson.
But what does that have to do with
Jackson? And we see what he does as a quarterback and say he's a darn good quarterback.
What does that have to do with respecting Joe Flacco?
Never had those moments with Joe Flacco.
We weren't even talking about Lamar. We talking about just respecting Joe Flacco.
Lamar. I'm using Lamar as a point of reference. I'm not comparing them. I'm using them as a point of reference. Between look at Tom Brady. How many years did Tom Brady take guys that would have been nothing anywhere else and make them great?
Okay, he did this, but guess what he also had? An offensive coordinator that maximizes the talent that he had around him. Hate your man all you want as a head coach, but as an offensive coordinator, Josh McDaniels is a genius.
Offensive genius, absolutely. But Tom Brady did this no matter who the coordinator was.
Right, but you got to remember, Josh McDaniels, how great of a
quarterback he was.
He had Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels left for a year, came back.
Yeah, but the point I'm making is even when Josh McDaniels left, say even if you got 1 year to show it, he still was a great quarterback.
Okay,
he still made those guys look great.
Okay,
Joe Flacco didn't make anybody look great.
He made Torrey Smith look great.
He didn't make Torrey Smith look great.
You sure? Smith was okay. Because Torrey Smith, if he didn't make Torrey Smith look great, Torrey Smith went to San Francisco, flamed out, got cut, went to Philadelphia, then went to Carolina. If Torrey Smith was so great, he would have still played instead of getting passed around.
That's not necessarily true. You know how many greats? You know how many people are
in their prime? In their prime?
In
their prime?
Yes.
In their prime. Name them.
Absolutely. There's a lot of people.
Name them.
I can't name them off the top of my head.
No, right.
There's a lot of people, though, that are great in one place and then terrible in another. It happens a lot.
Okay, but Torrey was terrible in 3 other places.
Well, at that point, he was past his prime.
Listen, all I'm saying Oh my God, he retired when he was 32. Listen, all I'm saying is this: give my man some. All I'm saying is give him some respect. All I'm saying is give Joe respect. He wasn't the greatest, but listen, if we can merge January Joe with league year Lamar, we would be okay.
That would be the ultimate quarterback,
right? Because
right?
Joe couldn't really do much during the regular season, but the playoffs he turned into a whole other animal. Even so, you know what? Because we switched offensively. Offensively, we started doing other things in the playoffs and let Joe be Joe. Reverses now. Regular season, we let Lamar be Lamar. Then come playoffs, we try to turn it to a totally different team.
So, at the end of the day, it still comes down to we both agree that Joe Flacco was a mid quarterback.
Yeah, I just said all I said was put some respect on my man's name.
Hey,
He did.
I never disrespected him. I just said he's mid.
Listen. By
Because
year
January
7,
Joe was an actual thing.
by year 7, Joe Flacco had a Super Bowl.
The only thing I truly hated about Joe Flacco was that he didn't look like he cared at all.
I don't really think that he did care, honestly. And I think part of it had to do with him and the offensive coordinators. He like, yo, this team don't really care about me. Why should I care? Like they putting this suspect talent around me. They give me his homeboys as offensive coordinators that don't know what the hell they doing. Why should I care? Why should I put my all into this when they not putting their all into it? But yeah, Joe really didn't care. Like he didn't study his iPad. Like he didn't go on for extra stuff. Like he didn't do anything. Oh,
yo, D Weezy crazy. I be doing the same thing. He said AD got knocked down and got back. Usually if AD get knocked down, that's a good 2 weeks.
But see, that's
a good 2 weeks if AD go down usually.
Nah, what it's doing is giving the Lakers fake confidence. Ooh, Milwaukee won by 1 point.
I agree. Joe Flacco didn't care.
Yeah, Joe Flacco didn't care. But guess what? When the playoffs started, he flipped that switch.
Because I think Joe didn't care for the regular season, right? But he wanted to be a champion.
And he was.
I think he wanted to be a champion, but he did not care for the regular season at all.
He was. And listen, this is something that I don't know if any other quarterback in NFL history can say. This man beat Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning, and Tom Brady on the way to winning the Super Bowl.
And
I don't think nobody
luckiest run in football history.
So 11 touchdowns and no interceptions is lucky. 287 yards per game is lucky with one wide receiver.
Hey, Jacoby Jones outrunning that angle was luck. That was luck. That safety took a terrible angle. Nobody expected that. Jacoby Jones catching that ball and the receiver, the defender flying over him as he rolled over backwards on the ground. That was luck. And being able to get back up and go score, that was luck. There was a lot of luck in that run.
I'm just saying the ball that Joe Flacco flew in the first place, that wasn't luck. That rainbow ball, it seemed like it was going to take forever to come down.
And the sad part
you mean the one that was 15 yards short of where it should have been?
Whoa. Wait. This is not what you're going to do, Reg. Because if you remember the play like I remember the play, he had Von Miller barreling down on him. So he couldn't throw it straight. He had to throw it up to avoid the hit. So don't do that, Reg. Okay, hug.
Listen, I remember him holding on to the ball too long because Jacoby Jones was already behind the defense.
Hold on to the ball. If you watch the play, once again, I've seen it play 1,000 times. He was pressured. He had to step up in the pocket. He had to step up in the pocket, and while he was throwing, Von Miller went to hit him. It's not what I remember; it's what I know. Take it on me. You stink.
Listen. The ball was 15 yards too short.
Because of the angle he had to throw it. But guess what he did?
I don't care what the reason was.
Guess what he did? That your favorite quarterback couldn't do. Get that ball that far with that in that situation. Your quarterback couldn't do that and get the ball that far.
Is that the fact that it turned out in a touchdown was luck?
Luck.
Was luck.
No. What happened was I can't remember the safety name anymore, but number 26 for the Denver Broncos. You're thinking about Joe Flacco, right? I can't remember your name because he wasn't there. He wasn't in the NFL too long after that. What happened
Didn't they
was,
make a statue of him?
huh?
Like, didn't they make a statue of that moment too?
They may have. But what happened was he thought like you thought. Joe Flacco can't get that ball that far. In his mind, in his mind, Joe Flacco ain't gonna be able to get the ball that far down the field. So I'm gonna play right here. And Joe Flacco, while getting hit, throwing over people, got it where it needed to go. Now the surprising part for me was Jacoby Jones caught it because he had hands of stone.
Jacoby slowed down, basically stopped.
I don't
Caught the
understand.
ball.
I don't understand what you.
Hold on. He fell down.
Don't get on me.
The defender jumped over him and missed him by this much. And then he got up and ran in for the touchdown.
So what you're saying is you hating on my quarterback's pinpoint accuracy.
You
You hating on my quarterback's pinpoint accuracy, right? Because he did what he was supposed to do. He got the ball over the hand of the safety.
I'm saying
Watch
Joe
the play again.
Flacco was
Watch the
Josh
play
Allen
again.
before Josh Allen without the ability to run.
You say hi,
He was
YouTube.
Mr.
Where you learn that word
Inconsistent.
from?
Hi.
Who told you that dirty word, YouTube?
Hi.
Hi.
You think you're a star, don't you? Hi, are you?
She is the star.
Senone. Hi you.
Baby Giant, go somewhere.
Senone.
Is Baby Shark still on?
She's absolutely the star.
Down.
No, she ain't.
Up.
She needs to go home.
And Baby
I thought it-
Shark is fire, by the way. I just want to
It's
point out
not.
that song.
It's not. She watches the same episodes. She watches the same episodes all day, every day. I thought I got rid of her yesterday.
My daughter watches all the same episodes of she watches Ladybug and Cat Noir. She watched the whole seasons over and over and over again.
See, that's the difference. All my children are grown.
Yeah, it's just
I shouldn't have to deal with anything like this. I shouldn't have to deal with anything like this.
you don't look ready. You don't look prepared right now.
No, I can't.
He said, "No, I wasn't expecting."
Yo,
I
out the
just
blue.
got a last minute call.
Just out the blue. Hey, you think you can watch her tonight? Like y'all just had it yesterday.
Key.
What do you want?
Did Diggs just run over somebody?
Who?
All right, man. I got a tampers to change. I'll tell you.
I have fun.
All right, man.
I think Stephon Diggs just, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Stephon Diggs just ran over a cornerback.
Hold on. I got the Lakers game on right now.
What score? What
I got
score?
the Bills Buzz game on my phone. Yeah, I think he did run over somebody, or whoever tried to tackle him couldn't tackle. I mean, on my phone right now, the Bills still winning 24-18, or unless I'm behind.
Yeah, same score here. I need well, not me. My boy needs the Bills to get at least 3 more points.
That's doable.
At least 3 more.
I mean, they kind of already in there, right? Well, they're somewhat in the red. No, they're not. Yeah.
I thought for sure the Bills were gonna come in here and win this by at least 2 scores or 2 touchdowns, that's to say. Because after losing to the Patriots, you would think they would come out and be like, we got something to prove. We got to go out here and be dogs and just completely show the world, especially in prime time, that we are an actual threat to the championship. And as they have not done that in any way, shape, or form.
I think the old line's kind of like banged up though, but the Bucks don't have like a decent D line though. It's not like what it once was. Just they ain't gonna no pushovers. It's not thing.
Like the Bucks have a decent defense, but not good enough that.
No, I said the D line, the secondary out. No, your secondary is completely suspect.
I'm not even a fan of your secondary. I mean, other than what Winfield Jr.
I mean, he hasn't had that same spark since their championship run, though. That was 3 years ago, 2, 3 years ago.
Yeah, so I'm not even. Their defense is not even. They got names over there. They still got Kevin White at at linebacker. So they got some
Devin
players.
White, Lamonte David, Vita Vea's big ass.
Yeah. So they got some players over there. The D line, like you said, is nowhere near what it used to be.
I mean, Kalijah Kancey, he's a rookie, so I don't expect him to do not much this year.
A minute left in the game. Did they get this? I can't see if they got this first down. Looks like it's going to be 4th and 1. Yep, 4th and 1. 4th and 1. 44 seconds left in the game. It looks like they're going for it.
The one time that you want Josh Allen to run the ball, he don't. One time.
Yeah, they're not going for it. They just took a time out.
I love James good, but Josh Allen 6'5". So use him.
Honestly, they need to get this. Just go ahead and get this first down and close the game out.
Yeah. Before they end up doing something stupid.
My boy's not gonna get. He's not gonna cover the spread because I believe it was Buffalo -8. So my boy's not covering the spread, but
nah.
And I'm gonna take blame for that because I told him go ahead and take Buffalo. I told him go ahead and take Buffalo. Yeah, they're putting it away.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought Josh Allen was gonna get under 21.5 rushing yards. Yeah, that was completely my fault. On my big.
Yeah, it's Josh Allen. Like you gotta expect him to run the ball.
I was not thinking about that one. But you win some, you lose some, right?
So 21
this
seconds.
This is why I really don't like bet, like do like
yeah,
large
Weezy said the same thing.
So say each time I do though, yeah, I don't come close. But when I do like 2-3 picks here, I'm all right, cool, win $30, $40 here and there. But when I try to win like 1,000, 2,000, I don't even come close.
You know what it is? You get the yips. You start making your picks, and you be like, "Oh, I can win big here." You get nervous. Next thing you know, you messed up on a few picks.
Red, X, nope. Win one green.
Let's go Buffalo. Pick 6 right now.
First of all, why LeBron got the ball in his hand? Yeah. Austin Reeves, get your. Come on, Reddish. Okay.
I need a pick 6 by Buffalo right now. So I somehow survived being on this stream for this entire game today. So 3 hours.
I say it's too quiet in your house, so I'm looking like, huh?
She goes to bed early. It's a school night, so she's in bed. So I'm good to go. But 3 hours in.
Yeah, I'm surprised. My one, so I have a
lot of fun. I think we had. I mean, everybody
didn't wake up and bother me.
Yeah, listen, it's about to be a hard morning for me. I have to get up.
Oh, for sure. All
right. 5:30 in the morning or whatever. They didn't even confirm what job site I'm going to tomorrow yet.
Oh man, our prize picks. you should see my underdog right now, just all red right now. Well, my Lakers won, holding on for dear life, but I mean, yeah. Hopefully, Lakers come out, halftime in a different mood. But now Durant, because last game Durant didn't know how to shoot. Now in the game he does. It is what it is. Bills offense be making me mad. Like, they have talent, they just don't. Like I love Sean McDermott, but what the heck?
But that sucks. So we're looking at a last ditch effort. Okay, you're gonna get one more play. They are really extending this thing, huh?
But Miller still got it. Where's that Von Miller?
Where are the chances? Where are the chances that Tampa Bay heaves the ball to the end zone and scores a touchdown here?
0.001.
And then they get the 2-point conversion to send this thing to overtime. I mean, I hope they don't by any means, but
they're not even at half field, bro. Baker's already that strong.
Hold on, we got a penalty on the defense. Offsides on Von Miller. So that's in another 5 yards they're going to get.
Still ain't going to be enough.
Jay, I hope you're right.
I'm just saying,
hope you're right.
If the Bucs were already at the 50 or the 40 yard line, okay, maybe, but they're not even across the logo.
No, they're in the 45.
That's no, I don't believe it.
It made it to the end zone. They lost track of the ball in the air. Otherwise, that probably would have been a touchdown.
Because even though I'm thinking like Mike Evans' height, yada yada, I'm thinking like, nah. The only person I can imagine catching that is probably Megatron and Prime D-Hop. And they have none of those on the team.
Yeah, at 14 looks for the ball. He's got a touchdown. Yeah, he's got it dropped right next to him. Like literally, he extended his right hand and it landed right next to it. If he's looking for the ball ahead of time, they got a touchdown.
But as a professional wide receiver, brother, how do you lose track of the ball?
Yeah, this is true.
And you're a Pro Bowl wide receiver at that. Come on, guys.
Yeah. And they just lost it. They lost it in the sky. What would have been an outrageous ending to the game, like a crazy ending to the game, ends in just another.
I'm saying. Here's my thing. Like, if I'm the other wide receiver, you know they're gonna cover. They're gonna make sure Mike Evans don't try to catch this ball because he's the biggest one out there. So pretty much it's up to you two of y'all to catch it.
Yeah. And the ball came straight to him. Literally straight to him. Landed right next to him. That was your chance to save the day for your team, and you lost the ball in the air. Okay. All right. Yeah, Bills win 24-18. It was a very interesting game, but even more so, it was a more interesting stream. We thank y'all for coming through. It's been a great night. Had loads of fun. Jay, you want to tell them where they can find you?
Yes, sir. J6 on everything that I touch, everything I do, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, pretty much. I might do my live tomorrow. Might catch me on Twitch. If all things go right, I'm a dad, two young boys. So that's up in the air. But
I'll be
but thank you, Reg, for in the link.
Always, man, always. You guys are always welcome here, and we all family. So get on here. Let's have a good time every time. I want to thank my other guest that dropped through, Mr. Hendo, at the Roll Pod. Y'all go check him out. Great content.
Uncle Hendo.
And y'all know y'all can find me Living Big with Big Reg here on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. Yeah, we thank y'all for coming through. It's been an amazing stream. I love y'all. We're chasing that 100. We're chasing 100. I believe I'm at 97. We're chasing 100. We're getting there. I know we can. I know we can get there. And then it'll be on to the next goal. Yo, fun night. And check out my store, etsy.com//LivinBigwithBigRegg. Go check out some merch. We love y'all. Stay blessed. Peace.